Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Touching Tips, a podcast dedicated to the world of PSVR2. My name is Karen Alive and Well, and I'll be introducing your hosts. From the west of Ireland, he is a visionary, a leader, a sensual and generous lover, as I can attest. Petrifying Pumpkins. Pumpkins was once a successful businessman before a tragic incident left him with stage 2 ligma of the mind. No longer able to run his multinational POG corporation, Pumpkins turned to his other passion, PSVR. Hence this channel and later podcast were born. Pumpkins is famous all over the world thanks to the various Easter eggs dedicated to him in PSVR exclusive Firewall 0 Hour. Most famously, if you go to the hangar map in the air control tower, you will see radar screens with various aircraft designations that, when combined, spell out Petrifying Pumpkins. It really does make him better than you. From Mexico, he has many names: El Chupacabra, El Fuego, El Pasión. But around here we call him Mr. 777 or Jackpot. Mr. 777 moved to the United States as a wee lad. A former Xbox fan, Jackpot gave up on Team Green when he discovered the future is virtual reality, and has been on PlayStation since. Jackpot lives with his mother in her basement. She reached out to Pumpkins, begging him to let Jackpot be a co-host as she worries about his lack of social communication skills, as you will soon see for yourselves. He turned to marijuana at a young age and has reached a stage where if he were to ever stop smoking, the shock to his system would kill him immediately. Jackpot has a heavily stained pillow that he calls Amanda. He believes that she is real and that he is in a long-term relationship with her. His catchphrase is, "Bitch." And finally, all the way from the frigid wastes of Canada, comes Muzz. Muzz has a passion for maple syrup and discussing PSVR2. He once got lost in the frozen tundra of northern Canada with his best friend. The ordeal was harrowing and led to Muzz eating the remains of his friend in order to survive. Shortly after, Muzz turned to VR gaming as a way to escape the horrors of the reality he leaves every time he puts on the headset. It's worth noting that while Muzz maintains his best friend was dead before he began to consume him, later studies of the remains hinted at the possibility that the friend died from infections that were caused from bites, though due to a handling error, the evidence was deemed inadmissible and Muzz walked free. He also has a cat. Without further ado, let the show begin. I've been Karen Alive and Well, and I will now hand you over to the strong, sexy hands of Pumpkins. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and all that usual YouTube shite.
What the fuck is this?
Guys, we're live. We're live, I think. Test. Audio tests. Space Denizen, LSB, and Geisen. How's them audios sounding? Jackpot's looking a little bit dark. What's going on with you? Damn, we got... I was expecting you to say 9. But 10, that's not bad. Jackpot, get smashing that thumbs up button, please. Let me get my notes open here to see what we're talking about. We don't have much to talk about. Well, we don't have many topics, but we have much to talk about. Well, potentially a lot of news with those topics. Oh, can't hear Muzz? Oh, they can't hear either of you. Okay. Hold on, it's my end. Hold on, I know what it is. It's because I streamed Metal Gear Solid and I had to mute the desktop audio.
This guy.
So now...
Are you ready for that PC? No, you're not going to be able to handle that PC, that monster
I
PC.
forgot about Metal Gear Solid, okay? Can you hear them now, lads?
We're good.
Speak.
Now can you hear us? Are we coming through?
All good now. Thank you.
Yeah.
There we
There
go.
we go.
Apologies.
Are the bears moving?
Rookie mistake. Yeah, they are. But they were already moving. It's just that I had blocked it from being outbuzzed. So I couldn't tell that, you weren't coming through on my end. But thankfully, we do the audio test at the start of every episode. Speaking of which, it's episode 81. I'm touching tips. We're getting closer and closer to 100. where Jackpot is going to expose his genitals on stream
For the 100 Bonanza.
masturbate to completion for the entirety of the stream. We have to get the show done before he climaxes. We have to get the show done. That's going to be like a time limit, and it's going to be interesting, I think.
So we got about 30 seconds then, I guess.
I should have done it for this episode. We only got 4 topics. Here all 3. Thank you, guys, and thank you, LSB. I appreciate it. Muzz, Jackpot, what's up?
Nothing. I hate work. I'm bored.
Jackpot?
You go.
Do you hate work, Jackpot? Or are you happy with your life outside of virtual reality? You happy with your career? Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, thankfully.
I'm glad to hear this.
I mean, nothing is, fucking amazing. But out of all the jobs, this one for sure. Yeah.
And what's your stance on abortion? He's not saying. He's not saying.
Up to the states. Up to the states.
It's really very, very sad. LSB says PP wants to see Jackpot's PP. It's not that I want to see it. It's just that I know that the viewers want to see it. So,
nobody wants to see that.
Generate that hype for episode 100. And we've got War Room here. He says he's lurking. Thank you for lurking. Lurkers boost the numbers, which is, desperately needed, not just for this podcast, but for the PSVR 2 in general. It needs numbers. It needs the numbers. Have you been up to anything the last week playing? A PSVR 2 game, perhaps?
Nope.
No, never. Nope. When's the last time you played a PSVR 2 game?
When was the last time we played some PSVR 2 with you?
You know, because you were playing it on Quest. You were playing Walkabout Mini Golf, and you'd be playing that on Quest. Like, when's the last... Like, Firewall Ultra that time with Dan. That's probably the last time you played it, isn't it? And that was like a month ago.
Yep, Firewall. I mean, what else am I going to play?
Crazy.
By myself.
Resident Evil 4.
Since I have the
Resident
Quest.
Evil 4, Resident Evil 8, Gran Turismo 7.
I have to spend
You got the
more money.
wheel. You got the wheel. How are you not playing like Gran Turismo 7 every day? I don't understand.
When's the new update
Because we're playing
Yeah, we'll talk
Contractors
about
like 3 times a day, and then fucking that amazing pool game. We've been busy.
It's
with
amazing.
good
No, first
game.
of all, it was good. Now you're saying it's amazing. What's happening? Are you like discovering new layers of
I
complexity?
added a little bit of wine and music to the thing.
See.
Finding out more things you can do with the
It's
pool
more
pool
fun.
cube. More innovative things that you can do with that.
It's
Crazy.
more fun with wine and music.
Damn.
So
Well, you got enough wine for everyone here. Am I right?
no. Nope.
Did you turn on your headset at all in the last week or so?
I was just playing some Kayak VR earlier today.
The new DLC, did you get
4K
that? Or
visuals.
we,
Yeah, I got the new DLC going down a bit of the rapids. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. How'd you like
The rapids, they're not as extensive as I was hoping. Like, it's not all rapids. I wish like the whole thing was just going down like really fast streams, but it's just kind of like a little like 10-second thing that you go down and then it's back to like a regular lake.
Probably $10 Canadian down the drain.
Yeah, $27 gone.
It
Damn.
wasn't $27 for you, was it?
No,
Okay.
no.
Good. You scared me there. For
I
a
just
second.
always make up prices every time I say it.
How do you like the body now?
Yeah, that's a good improvement.
Yeah.
It makes it a little more immersive, and you can actually like. It's not like you're just floating hands, like moving your paddle around. It doesn't look stupid anymore, I guess. It's like because you see the arms doing it. So yeah,
I think
it's a good improvement.
I think before you didn't even have hands. It was like you were just the paddle, weren't you? Or did you have hands before? Like maybe I'm misremembering. I don't know.
I can't even remember.
In my mind, all I can remember is just the paddle floating around the place.
I think it might just be the paddle. Yeah, I think it is just floating.
There you go.
Dimension.
It's massive.
But the new
So good.
the new DLC for it, it looks good, but there's way more pop-in on the new, like the couple of new maps, but all the old maps don't have it. So it's weird. Like they put the new ones in, and as you're like coasting through like the rocks and stuff, you're just seeing like things popping up all over the place. But I never had that before these new maps, so I don't know what they did differently that made it all
Well, I hear
screw it up.
it's the biggest map that they have, so maybe the increased size is like
Yeah, maybe.
a constraint, leading to more pop-up. But is it bad enough that you're like, oh, I'm not enjoying this, or is it just like a minor enough kind
No,
of thing?
it only threw me off like at the very first because the other maps didn't have it, so you just notice it right away. But then, yeah, kind of forget about it. It's not too egregious. That is not a deal breaker or anything.
What about the wildlife, Moz?
I saw some bears, and I got a little too close, and I thought he was gonna swipe my head off, but no.
Cool. Was it scary?
He just stood there.
They're
No,
animatronics.
it would have been crazy if they actually made it so like the bear could attack you and just like like you died.
Steal his honey.
Wildlife death.
Get a little pot of honey, put it on your canoe, and fucking speed away.
Chase you.
He's on the rapids behind you, scraping at your canoe, or a kayak, I should say.
And there's a big tortoise that goes on the sand and into the water, and you can just follow him through the water until he goes deep enough that you can't see him anymore.
It's like Slovenia or Slovakia or something, isn't it? Like Eastern European country.
I have no idea.
I was just gonna say, like, do they have fucking?
I didn't pay attention to where it is.
They have giant tortoises in that part of the world. I wasn't aware if they did. Ace Diaz, how you doing, Ace Diaz? He says Quest 3 has more game than the PSVR2. Did I make myself clear?
Yes, and you're right.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying.
He's right.
I think,
You did make yourself clear.
Is he talking?
He's talking about everything, you know, just
I
Quest.
mean, if you're talking about backward, like all the Quest 2 games, then obviously the Quest, because it's backward compatible with Quest 2, then, you know, yeah, you're going to have more games than Quest or PSVR 2, because we don't have backwards compatibility, sadly, and Sony are making no efforts to bring us, you know, Blood and Truth and all these other fucking classic games we loved on PSVR 1. But before we start trashing Sony so early into the stream,
where's Astropod?
What are the odds that you perfect timing that you're getting a PC now when everything is just falling apart?
Well, I would already have the PC if it wasn't for this, because I would have been happy to get like an €800 PC just for editing and streaming and shit like that. But now that like this is happening, it's like, okay, I need to do some PC viewer stuff, you know, if I want to have any hope of.
But why wouldn't you want to do it before? You spend a couple more $100 and now you can play VR games.
Because I didn't feel like Sony were dropping it before, you know, and then it became undeniable to me. To me, it's still deniable to other people, and they let me know about it all the time.
Damn.
Such a hater.
Well, we already established I'm a negative Nancy, but I was going to say, seeing as Ace Diaz brought up the Quest, I didn't put this down as a topic, but maybe we should have been talking about this. It's the Quest. I don't know what model it is. I didn't go into it, but they've got a new payment scheme. It's US only. It's like a mobile phone deal, you know?
Yeah.
You can get it for free. You can get it for free and pay for it. Why are you telling me to shut up?
It's not a scheme. People
I don't say scheme as in like a dodgy thing. I mean scheme like a scheme is No, I didn't. It's like a payment scheme, you know, a plan, a scheme. It's not a
payment plan.
Thing.
It's called payment plan.
Fine, bitch. Payment plan. Jesus, we call them schemes over here in Ireland, okay?
Well,
and it's not like a criminal thing over here. Anyway, you look it up. Anyway, it's like a mobile phone basically. It works like a mobile phone plan, a cell phone plan, guys, at AT&T. Sprint, you guys on Sprint and AT&T over there, guys? Yeah, you are.
And they talk just like that.
They do. But basically, you get it for free, and then you pay like, I can't remember, it was $15 a month or $25 a month, and you also get access to Quest Plus. Is that what they're calling it? Quest Plus? Is that their service where they get the free games every month?
Everything's Plus. Disney Plus, Quest Plus.
PlayStation Plus. That's the one who started it all, in my opinion.
Everyone's copying them.
Everyone is copying PlayStation Plus. But it was shades of grey matter. Like I remember talking to him before, like in like an earlier video I made about like what PlayStation needs to do to turn around PSVR2 and get sales and etc. And he came in the chat in the comments saying they really need to do basically what Quest are doing right now or Meta are doing right now with this. So do you think this is something that Sony could copy, or that they would, or do you think they're at the point where they don't care?
So they don't care.
No. I don't.
Just gonna let it out.
I don't imagine Sony would do any kind of payment plan, unless it's like through a specific retailer, like GameStop or something. Makes like some kind of program where you can pay for it over time or something. I don't know.
I just don't think people care about buying a fucking headset. People want to buy a Quest 3. People don't want to buy a PSVR 2. So regardless if you try to incentivize it, but look, it's cheaper. It's not about being cheaper. I mean, yeah, if you get it really, really cheap, maybe some more people will buy it, but not as many. There's just not. I know people are gonna bitch about it, but
Come
compared
on
to
now.
buying the Quest, buying the
But
PSVR
surely,
2,
surely it would
get a Quest.
improve the sales, or you know, it would move some headsets. Like even if it's not like
A
a
few.
huge success or whatever, it might clear out whatever fucking stock they've built up, and they might start producing more ones again.
No.
You're
Obama
just
phone.
what'd you say? Obama
Nothing.
phone. Oh,
Shut
let
up.
me catch up on the
No,
chat. I'm
nothing.
missing out here. Bin Man Dez. How you doing, Bin Man? He says Drive Club VR. The memories. That was a good one. I never put too many hours into it though. I just played it for a little bit. What was the problem with that? I can't remember what the problem was.
Graphics
I didn't
were kinda shitty,
enjoy
but they were
it
okay for its time.
as much.
Yeah, it was good for PSVR1.
Yeah. Like when you could go walk around the car and stuff, that was like really, really cool. And then when you're on the
Yeah,
track
and
itself,
and they did something that Gran Turismo 7 doesn't do, and I wish that they would include it, is like to be able to open the car door like when you're in the showroom. Like I don't know why you can't open the door, get in the car, and then close the door like after you get in it, like
Yeah.
you could in Drive Club.
you can you turn on the lights and shit? Or was that in Drive Club or was that Gran Turismo 7? I think if you fuck around
You
with the
can,
touchpad, you can.
yeah, you could turn the lights on in Drive Club, and you can do that in Gran Turismo as well. At least from the outside, you press the different buttons or the different D-pad, I think. But
Okay.
yeah, I thought opening the doors was cool because some of the cool like Lamborghinis like that open up
The gull
like
wing
open
style.
yeah, you see all the cool like mechanics to all the different doors and stuff.
Yeah. Do they do that? Like, can the doors open at all in Gran Turismo 7? Like, even like a flat cutscene or
No,
anything? Okay, that's
I
probably
don't
just
think
extra
so.
extra work for them maybe that they just didn't want to do.
Just for
Uh,
VR, yeah. You're not gonna do anything outside of the norm, I guess,
yeah.
for just for the VR mode.
Mr. Deadeye Dan is here. How you doing, Deadeye Dan? With his beautiful magenta pumpkin. Says Sony turned their back on Firewall, so we should all turn our back on Sony. Well, that's basically. I don't
Long
want
time
to,
ago, I did that.
but they're forcing me to. Because like look at the situation I'm in right now with Phasmophobia, where I desperately want to play that on PSVR2, but if it's still not out by the time I have a PC and I get that adapter, then I'm just going to get it on Steam, and then Sony have lost out in a sale. Unless, like the PSVR2 version is like, oh, this is amazing, and you know, the rumble adds so much, you can feel the fingers on your eyeballs and all this kind of shit. I don't know.
Fuck the fingers. Fuck the fingers.
Feel the fingers slipping into your asshole. Important. Yes, please. Important says Quest is shutting down App Lab 2. Too much shovelware trash. Well, there you go. Meta Quest is dying. They're shutting down App Lab.
Quest 2 is dying.
Nope.
I don't really know what that
Quest
means.
1.
What does that mean? You're a Questicle. What does that
Why you got
Lab
me so
shutting down
zoomed
mean?
in? Why you got me so close?
Don't have you
Fuck
zoomed
you.
in, you fucking psychopath.
You got me so zoomed in.
Do I?
Fucking people
You're the
seeing my
exact same
fucking
as you were.
I want your I want your face to be taking up the entire window.
He's
No,
fucking.
no.
You want to be further away? Is that
Oh
better?
my
Are you
God.
happy with that? I'm
That's not
adjusting
fair
this.
to-
I'm
you
adjusting
just-
this.
oh my God, look
Keep
at this
like
guy.
there's a delay. There's a delay. Okay. Your proportions are the same as like Muzz's, as from what I can see.
There you
Whatever,
go.
buddy. I was fucking.
Now you're back far enough. You're happy.
It looks the same to me, but
Jeez.
nobody's looking at you anyway. Everyone's covering. Everyone puts a little post-it note on their screen to block that square. I would too. Don't ever make me look at your camera feed again, please. So what is So explain this app lab to me, because I hear all this thing when it comes to Quest, like side loading and all this kind of shit. I'm like, what the fuck are they talking
It's
about?
like a place where you can download, kind of like they say, necessarily not early access, but early access games. Some devs put a bunch of games in there, and then some of them are trash, some of them are not that bad, some of them are great, and they're usually free, I think.
But surely that's a bad thing then, that they're shutting it down. Like, why are they doing this? Is it just for?
I think they're
is it for
switching.
all of
I think they're switching it to something else. I'm not sure.
them? Okay. Well,
I'm not sure.
I'll follow that with no interest. VR Namek, how you doing, VR Namek? Says App Lab shutdown actually means all that shovelware on official store. Sadly, it'll be just like on PSVR now. Damn, he always has to make a little dig on PSVR. So everything gets moved. Does that mean things get like it's easier for games to get on the store? So like better for developers, but worse for consumers who have to sit through the sift
Probably.
through the shovelware.
Yeah, because there's a lot of a lot of shit. I don't think it's gonna. I don't know. There's a lot of shit in there too. So I don't know if all of that is gonna be there. But
Like, did Contractor start life in there? You know, like games that you love,
no,
did they all start off
no,
there? No. Okay.
no, I don't think so. I think Pavlov back maybe. No, I don't know.
Well, if you're on the Quest store and you see a game for like $8.99 or something, you pretty much know what you're going to be getting. Like, it's not like you're thinking that this, like, okay, this $12 game or something is going to be like the best game I've ever played. But it's when you start seeing games that are like 30, $40. But they have a rating system, don't they? Like, they show like
You can see how many
user,
stars fucking
yeah, user scores. So
and then
there's
also
some
comments too.
guide. Yeah, comments are good too. Yeah, so you can, of course, you can also just look on YouTube and see like people playing any game these days that you want to look at. So
Very true.
people are able to make their wise decisions before spending their money on anything. So it's basically their own
And there's
fault if they
refunds.
get sucked into buying. Yeah, there's also refunds after what, 2 hours or?
That's Steam. I think Quest might be different.
Oh no, that's
No
the Steam
more.
game.
No, Steam game is even more, dude.
I thought Steam was
see.
only
No,
like
Steam
a 2
was
hours.
like 2 hour. I thought Steam was 2 hours.
No.
Yeah. And then I remember a developer complaining because like you could beat his game within 2 hours, so people were beating us and then refunding us. Ben Mendez says Pro Plus for the gamer. There we go. We need a PS5 Pro Plus. They're gonna announce that PS5 Pro soon, you know. I suspect. Ghost Shot, how you doing? Says they are just changing their status to early access with App Lab stuff will still be there. Okay, so nothing really changes. Is that it? Just like names, I guess. SDS says Obama phone, but I don't really understand. That's what you laughed at, Jackpot. Can you explain that joke to me? Or do you just
I
laugh
forgot
when you
what we
see
were
the name
talking
Obama?
about, but the
We're
Obama
talking
phones,
about you
Obama.
guys having AT&T and Sprint.
No, I don't know. I don't know who
Sprint?
was the carrier of the Obama phones, but
Maybe was he with AT&T?
the
do
government
you
phones.
think?
Government phones. Obama was president. He gets some goodies, and
He got a
he
free
gets some
phone.
phones, and they were called the Obama phones.
Damn. See,
Phones for everybody.
everyone,
Free
everybody
phones,
gets
free
one.
smartphones for everybody.
Got
The
monitors,
Obama
the
phones.
NSA monitoring everything you do on the Obama phone.
Yeah.
The RNMX says, in the end, they're just trading App Lab for early access. Okay, well, I can't. What's the difference? Is it just a name? Just retitling us? Does it actually make a difference?
I don't know.
Ben Mendez says it was a release and Sony bought the studio. Guess what happened next? For PSVR 1, it was good fun. It was a release and Sony bought the studio. I think if you're talking about Drive Club still, then Sony already owned them. They owned them since like Motorstorm days, maybe even before that. They did Motorstorm on PS3.
2 hours, 14 days. That's the refund policy.
2 hours.
If you play
and
for more than 2 hours, you're fucked.
Okay.
If you wait
That's what I'm
14
saying. But
days,
that's Steam. Is that Steam or is that Meta?
that's the matter.
Okay. So
Steam
it's the
might
same
be
as Steam.
better.
I'm pretty sure Steam is 2 hours as well. That's in my head.
You don't know
Bad
nothing.
Robo is here. How you doing, Bad Robo? How you getting on? How's that Astrobot Dreams game coming along? Well, inspired by Astrobot. Jackpot says, next topic, shut your mouth.
Same thing.
LSB says, no PSVR 2 game is going to sell well because Sony haven't sold enough headsets to do so. It depends on what you mean by well, I suppose. You know? Because let's say they have 1.5 million sold. I think, like, I'm not going to say most, but I would imagine a good chunk of those people have Resident Evil and Gran Turismo for that.
Nope.
You know, yes.
A lot of people like
you
me
got
don't
Gran
have it.
Turismo. You got Gran Turismo 7. Don't lie to me.
Well, yeah, everybody does. That's a fucking.
Well, there you
have
go.
to buy that game.
You know, so but it's so unrealistic to expect, more than 1 in 10 people to own a certain game, unless it's something like GTA 5 or something like that, where fucking everybody owns that game.
Contractors.
But yeah, it's hard for anyone to make money in the AAA fashion, which is why we're always saying you got to do the hybrid approach, where you're selling flat too, and you're making your money that way, and then you got the VR aspect to help grow that market, and otherwise you got the chicken and egg of not investing and nobody buying. Sorry for the squeaky chair. VRNMX says new games on Quest have been selling awful too. Summer in USA and vacation time is awful for virtual reality. Surely you've
But
got
you can
like
take the
colder
Quest with
states.
you. You can take your Quest along with you, can't you?
Take
That's
it
the whole
outside.
appeal for it.
Take it
Yeah.
outside in the
Go to the
cool air.
on your trip to the Grand Canyon. You can put your headset on and just
There you
play
go.
VR.
Death Valley.
You
Death
you,
Valley.
you
Bring
ruin
And
the
then-
lenses and you'll never play again.
Bring it to Alaska. People in Alaska should be playing this all year round. You know?
It's cloudy, maybe.
And fucking Oregon. Is that the place you live?
Yeah, so
There you go.
I lived there, yeah. It sucked. Weather-wise, it sucked.
Yeah, okay.
Cold,
SDS says
rainy.
Sony took our money by brainwashing us to buy Gran Turismo, Resident Evil 8, Resident Evil 4, No Man's Sky, and everything else
Firewall.
is all trash.
And Firewall.
I think Snaps.
Wait, what?
Snaps is good. He's listed those games. He thinks everything else is trash.
Oh, okay. Scared me for a second. You're saying
That's
they
right.
were all trash.
No, I wouldn't say they brainwashed us either. Like I'm happy with those games. Those games are good games. I'm happy to own them. But yeah, they definitely maybe set a precedent that they couldn't live up to, or they're yet to live up to. Since. Anyway, Ghost Shot says, yep, Pavlov Shack started there, but not the PC viewer version. Okay. We got Deej. How you doing, Deej? And he's got that beautiful magenta pumpkin as well. Nice to see you, Deej. LSB says, all VR sales are down all across the board. Is that just like a thing that happens every summer?
It's the economy, bitch. Economy sucks.
No. Well,
for
they're,
everybody.
they're talking about,
Everything's too
huge-
expensive.
Nothing's so expensive. Inflation.
But that's why they got the Quest payment scheme. Get it for free, pay later. All right, that's how you go mainstream. Like fair play to Meta, they're actually doing everything they can to try and get it to go mainstream. It's much more attractive to pay for like a headset $25 a month than it is to throw down whatever, like $400 or whatever.
Yeah, but the trick is that they fucking shove you that fucking plus and the insurance.
I don't know about insurance, but surely the plus thing you can like cancel it once the period is over. There's I'm sure there's a certain payment period of like a year or whatever, and then
24
You
or
opt
2
out.
years.
No, you have to get the headset back if you cancel Plus.
Yeah, you have to pay
Once
$25
They,
for
they
2
come and
years.
repossess it. They come and repossess it as soon as you cancel Plus.
they
That's the
beat the shit
deal.
out of you.
You have to take your kid.
Bad Rebel says, so just like on Steam, every game has a 2-hour trial version, except for PlayStation, I think. And PlayStation, as soon as you play it, if you boost it at all, they're like, no. Unless you got like some kind of
I'm pretty
excuse, like,
sure.
oh, my kid accidentally bought it or some shit like that. Important says if VR devs are making hybrids, that means they actually have to make the game good. And then he's got there's some investment with built for VR games. We can see the Metro game coming up, Alien game coming up. So there is a few of those. Aces of Thunder.
Why is there nothing on the screen?
Because we haven't started the topic yet. Well, we got this topic going, which I didn't think we would talk about because it's a Quest topic, but it's interesting. Let me just read one last comment from VR Mech, and then I'll jump into the topics.
I just want you to put something.
No, I'll put up something when we have something to talk about. Okay? Well, something that's relevant to what we're talking about. Next is 2-hour
Or put the
refunds.
dancing girls or something in there.
I would have to go rummaging. You want me to go rummaging for the dancing girls?
What the fuck?
It's too much. It's too much for them.
It's too much hassle, yeah. Just let me get the new computer, and then there'll be dancing girls coming out everywhere, right?
All right, nice.
Dancing girls galore.
200 dancing girls on screen at all times. 2-hour refunds and popular free Brat versus make selling games on Quest extremely unlikely, except for bigger ones. And still Ubisoft complained, but at least AC Nexus sold like 100 times more than AC iOS. And there you go. Maybe Ubisoft has some unrealistic expectations. Nicebirds Pro Gaming Cat, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Says air conditioning rooms are now mandatory. There you go. It's tough out there in America, I guess. I'm not too bad over here. Listen, Pump, get yourself a Quest 3. No way. Why would I do that? I just need to get that adapter thing for PSVR2 for PC.
August 7th, right? Getting there.
13th is in my head. Or was it 12th?
I thought it was the 7th.
Could be. I don't know. Anyway, let's start with our first topic, shall we? Goes to Tabor.
Oh yeah.
We talked about it last week.
Ghost of Tabor.
Is it Tabor? Or is it Tabor?
Tubor.
I can't tell. I can't tell. I don't know.
Tabler.
It's a fictional country, so I'll call it whatever I want. Actually, they explained that it was originally supposed to be Ghost of Kiev, and then the war happened with Ukraine and Russia, so they renamed it to Tabor.
How nice of them.
Wasn't there like when that war started, there was like, oh, there's a Ukrainian jet fighter and they're calling him the Ghost of Kiev, and he was like down in all these Russian jets, and he turned out to be not real or something. I can't remember.
Yep.
But that's interesting that they tried to name a game Ghost of Kiev while that was happening. Anyway, last week we talked about Ghost of Tabor because they kept teasing a PSVR 2 release on Twitter, like zoomed in pictures of like the thumbstick or the fucking rubber face gasket thing and all that shit. And then finally they did a full picture of the PSVR 2 and it's like, oh, we all knew what it was, but here it is. And then today they made their announcement, which is basically just that you can wishlist it on PSN. Now you can wishlist it, but
Hooray!
but they also did an interview on uploadvr.com, which is interesting and confusing. I'm just going to read out some of the points. So that basically, keep in mind that everybody's convinced that the next time they do a wipe, that's when the PSVR 2 version is going to drop. So that's what was in my head when I was reading this. So they're talking about upcoming changes to the game, which is a new squad system, which contains a refactorer, which I don't know what the fuck that means, and voice chat. I do know what that means. Do you know what a refactorer is? Jackpot, is that something in the game?
Is that a class? Maybe it's a class or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
No, there's no class.
I don't play this game, so I don't know.
Okay. Then they said that the update is going to drop on the 31st of July, along with the next wipe. So once I read that, I was like, oh shit, it's coming to PSVR 2 on the 31st of July.
Who said that? The 31st of July. They're gonna
That's what Upload VR says. That the update is coming that date, and that it's going to be alongside the wipe. That's what.
Because didn't LSB said or posted something about them saying,
yeah,
we don't know whoever said. Okay, whatever.
Yeah. According to that, afterwards they're like, we don't know where they got that date from. You know, which is strange. Why would they pull a days out of their ass? Well, maybe the days of the update itself is the July 31st, but they mixed it up with the wipe as well or something. I don't know. Anyway, other changes coming included an overhaul to the mission system, which I didn't even know it had missions. But there you go. Are they like daily objectives kind of things, or is there actually like some kind of story going on?
I don't know.
Useless.
Ask LSB. LSB has played it more than me.
I would imagine there's not much of a story there. If anything, it's just probably just someone talking in your ear.
There's like factions.
This is very, yeah, but this is very. At least last time I played, it's not sandboxy, but don't expect campaign story. Do this, do that. It's just gonna be very free for all kind of stuff, but in a good way.
That's what I was expecting, like Daisy, Daisy type of a system. But then they're like, oh, overhauled mission system, which is like, oh, interesting. Maybe it'll be like No Man's Sky, where you go to some dude and he's like, collect fucking 3 tampons out in the woods and bring them back to your base.
Why 3?
I don't know. 3 women waiting for them back at base.
Right.
They're also adding a golden Lucy wipe award, which I assume was like a little reward you get for having to suffer going through a wipe, but I don't know what that looks like or what it is. Also, coming on that same day for $5 is the Eastwood weapon pack, which includes like a revolver, 2 shotguns, and some other weapon, repeater, like old-fashioned cowboy kind of weapons. Combat Waffle are working with VR Monkey, and you might remember them. They worked on Exorcist and Tarzan for the PSVR 2 port. So they're not actually doing it themselves. They've got that. We finally know who the third party is that they're working with. It's VR Monkey. At least I didn't know if that was announced already, but it's official now. And when it comes to the PSVR 2 port, they said there's going to be graphical enhancements and Sense controller features will be supported.
I hope so.
They didn't go into too much specific details, however. And then they were asked about the days for PSVR 2. And I'm going to read the quote here. we're confident that Ghost of Tabor will be in the hands of PlayStation gamers in just a few more months. I was expecting this shit to drop any
Christmas.
day. I thought it was coming any
Christmas.
day. And then
Few
they said
more
a few more
months.
months at the end.
Who
And then I
is-
was like,
Who was posting in the Discord about like, oh, it could be tomorrow? I can't remember. Who said that.
fucking Mjolnir.
Me.
Yeah.
Mjolnir.
You as well, yeah, you bitch.
Melanor?
Melanin.
Menor?
Melon.
Melanor.
Melanor.
What's fucking name is, yeah.
But yeah, that fucking, because before I even read down that far, I had clipped out the part where they said July 31st. I put that up on Twitter. I was like, oh shit, it's coming to July 31st. And then I read down more in the article, and I saw that, and I was like, oh, whoopsie.
Everybody
daisy.
hates this game on the chat.
Everyone hates it.
Everyone's well, Dan, of course, Deadeye is not a fan.
Can you not see my camera anymore?
It's gone black. Yeah. Why? What did you
Good,
do?
I'll be back. Shut up.
Just pretend we can't see him. Pretend we can't see him. Okay. Oh damn. Damn, that asshole looks clean. You been wiping today? Donnie is here. How you doing, Donnie? VRMX says Ace. That's the Sony way. Bait with a couple of AAA, then it's all indie shovelware. Ghost says Quest has free trials for games and switch them out all the time as well. It's a nice little system. Sony do have those trials as well, but they seem to mostly only use them for flat games. And we all saw your asshole on stream.
Oh,
Ghost
shit.
of the Boar says important. Damn. Why?
Telling you, everybody hates it.
But yeah, like listen, it's
It's a very unique
it's
taste.
more sim.
Okay.
I don't want to say if it's simulation, but it's like really, like you gotta load the bullets into your magazine, and you gotta create the bullets one by one. And well, you don't have to. Apparently, there's a shop you were saying or whatever. But you know, if you want to play it that way, you can, and that's not everyone's cup of tea. But you know, it could be
When you
really
get
exciting.
shot, you gotta pull the bullet out yourself and then stitch yourself back up and then rest for like 3 days and then you can get back in the fight.
You stick the
Pretty
tampon
easy process.
in the wound. That's why you're getting.
There
the
you go.
tampons.
That's why they have those in the game.
It's all making
It all
sense.
makes sense now. It all makes sense.
It's all coming together. LSB made the exact same joke. Well, he says Taborine, but you know, basically the same thing. Bad Robo says Ghost of Tumor, which is a bit extreme.
Damn.
A bit
It's
extreme.
not a tumor.
It's so bad it gives you cancer.
Damn. HDS says you are going to wait for the adapter to connect to PSVR2, but there won't be any eye tracking, no haptic feedback, no HDR. That makes a lot of sense. Well, I already own it. So if I buy a Quest 3, I also won't have any eye tracking or haptic feedback and no HDR there either. But I already own that headset. This way I save myself 400 whatever dollars, euros. Or is it 500? I don't know.
I think it's, yeah, it wasn't sale right now. But yeah.
Donnie says Ghost of Taborine is what someone here called it. There you go. We've got another one. He's got the whip snake backpack on. I don't know what that means. Whip snake? What does that mean? Apparently it's very funny though. He put a lol there. Nice Bird says why PC adapter not free, like PSVR 1 adapter or discount giving to PSVR 2 owners. Well, a lot of people speculated that was going to be like 100. So the fact that it's 60 is like maybe there is a discount. Yeah, the IVVR guy, he's like, oh, listen, they're going to charge you 100 for this thing because it's doing a bit of work. Like it's not like the PSVR 1 adapter for the camera, where it's basically just transferring.
Still $100 for a fucking adapter? Like, where in the world are you gonna find that shit? That's crazy.
Well, there's already like is it the Vive or something that's got like a wire or something that costs 100 or some shit? A link cable or some shit.
They're fucking thieves.
I don't know. But yeah.
It would be nice if they gave those for free, but I mean, it is a different precedence than what they did with the first VR headset because it was like a transition. It was like it's basically bringing your PSVR 1 player base into the new console and then bringing like the games over that they could play as well. So it's just kind of like it made more sense for them to give that one away than given a PC adapter, which is outside of the PlayStation ecosystem kind of thing. It's kind of like for like, if you want to play PC, then you have to buy this cable.
Can you remember when you ordered the camera adapter? Did we have to like enter in a serial code on the PSVR headset or something to claim it? or could you just do it?
No, you did have to put in a code of some kind, I think.
You did.
I'd love to know how many of the people actually applied.
You did have to put something in, like it wasn't your gamer tag. It was
It was like a code written on the fucking headset somewhere, like a sticker somewhere.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly, but there was something like that because that's how it determined
if you actually owned it.
Yeah, if you owned it.
Yeah. But yeah, from what I can tell, like this PC adapter is like there's a lot more going on there than the camera adapter. You know, it's got to translate signals and whatnot. Now the real crime is that they're not including that fucking wire that needs to come with this. It's like another. It's only like a €4 wire or some shit like that. It's like Jesus, just include it in the fucking thing. I can't even remember what it's called. DisplayPort wire or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, DisplayPort.
VRNMX says, I'm not into multiplayer boredom to begin with, let alone extraction shooters. What a boring genre, man. It's exciting. Listen, I can understand people finding it boring, but I think personally, people who love DayZ and stuff like that, they'll get a kick out of this. It's like the slow build-up of getting yourself ready, and then the excitement when you meet someone. It's like, is he going to kill me? Or should I try and kill him before he tries to kill me? Should I try and be friends? Because if he kills me, then I lose everything. You know, and the tension there is fucking...
You kill everybody.
Or do you just hide in the bush like Rogue does for like the entire game and just watch people?
Yeah, that could be a lot of fun
another
too.
strategy.
Like, because it's got proximity chat. Like you can fuck with people, like, you know.
It just it just depends. Like by myself, I probably wouldn't play as much, but with people or with friends, it'll be a lot more fun, and especially to fuck around. I don't, we don't. At least we don't.
I'd love to just torment people. Serious. I want to do like a Gollum voice. I want to go around the map pretending to be a Gollum creature.
Oh, fucking.
You know,
oh my god!
Try and get
that does not sound like that
it's
at all.
It's fucking 1-to-1. It's like fucking what's his name?
It wasn't bad. It
sounded like you're
what's
fucking joking.
I can't remember his name. The guy who does Gollum. But anyway, it's like he was in the room with
Smeagol?
us, basically. No. That's right. Smeagol does Gollum. He's the voice actor for Gollum. That's him.
That's his real name.
He does the mocap for Gollum. Today Dan says Ghosts of Tabolshais. That's a new one at least.
Damn.
Skip it, wait for
all these
Contractor
names.
Showdown. No, I'm not going to skip that. So I'm going to get that 100% because waiting for Contractor Showdown is going to be like that. I can't imagine Contractors coming to PSVR2 before 2024 is over.
What?
You know, it's going to be a 2025 game, I think.
Andy Serkis, that's his name.
No,
Andy Serkis. Thank you. You think it's going to be out this year?
I think by Christmas. Okay, I said this last time, and you were like, "You say it exactly." I don't mean Christmas Day.
I never say Christmas Day.
I mean,
I gave you all of February. I gave you all of February for Phasmophobia.
Listen, let me finish. No, we're talking about Resident Evil. Last year, we talked about Resident Evil 4, I think, coming out. Yeah. And you're like, when is it out? And I was like, by Christmas, you're going to be playing this game again. Then you're like, it didn't come out on Christmas Day. You're lying.
You said Christmas Day.
No, I did not say that.
100% you did. 100%.
No, you didn't. Anyways, next
time.
Bad
Robo says Ghost of Tampon. There you go. That's the winner so far. It'd be cool if they added tampons to the game now. Ace Diaz having a lol. Ghost of Tsushima. Damn, yeah, that's why every time I see GOT, I think of Ghost of Tsushima. Or Game of Thrones, I never think of Ghost
Game of Thrones is what I'm thinking of.
Ghost says, Ghost has its audience. It should do okay. Well, it's unique. You know, there's no other game like this on PSVR 2. And I think even people who are mad into the shooters might be getting, like a lot of people who are already bored of Ultra. Like it's very hard to find a game these days in Ultra. So people are kind of relying on Pavlov, and you know, you'd imagine a lot of people are kind of getting not sick of it, but you know, wanting something different. So when Ghost of Tabor comes along, it might scratch an itch.
How's the player base for Breachers? That's still
probably the healthiest.
Well, it's got crossplay with all the Quest screechers.
Yeah.
Well, same with Pavlov, but I don't know. I'm just guessing. I'm saying I think Breachers probably has more.
You see, Pavlov is crossplay with PC.
Yeah, Pavlov can play with Quest people.
No, they got the separate version.
Pavlov Shack.
Yeah. We don't.
Yeah.
We
Which
don't
still has the exclusive for some reason with the gun skins.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Why?
Because that's where the audience is. They're like looking at the numbers. It's like, it's not worth our time putting it over here. Nobody's playing it over here. Like 20 people.
So the worst version of the game gets the best content. That always makes sense.
They got them screechers over
here. Yes.
Stupid kids and their stupid parents' money.
Anyway, Rogue is his top of the morning to you. Gives you a lot of content, Rogue. Thank you. Donnie says, I actually want to play Ghost of Tsushima, because it has a slower pace and not some double time one hand shooting BS. Damn, will you be able to get the platinum trophy for Ghost of Tabor? I wonder. Ghost Shot says the flat version of it is very popular. Just got in a bunch of crap for being greedy with DLC. Might sell a couple of headsets. The flat version of what? It's very popular.
Nobody knows.
There's not a flat version of this game, is there? I'm pretty sure there's not.
Of Ghost of Tabor, I didn't think it had a flat version.
Maybe he's talking
wouldn't
about Gran Turismo.
I don't know. Whip Snake backpack. He's got a link, but I'm not going to click that link because my laptop will explode. Listen, wait for my new computer, and then I'll click all the links. Lemonparty.com. I'll click on twogirlsonecup.com. All the links.
What's this? Just a backpack. What's this?
Why is it funny though? Why is it funny?
Oh my god! It's like what's that game with the fucking the walking simulator? Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Dude has like 50 fucking miles of backpack.
Oh shit! I see it now in this. The image at the end there. Is he all like?
Jesus Christ!
He's all loaded up. Is that it there?
Damn comfort. That doesn't look comfortable. All right, cool.
Is that it? He's got a load of shit in his back.
That's why they were laughing. That's why they were laughing. All right.
I still don't get it. I still don't get it. Donnie.
It's just a funny backpack, you bitch.
All right, fine. Donnie says you also have to get a display port cable. Exactly. So both will be just short of 100. Wait, hold on a sec. How expensive is a display port cable? You're not telling me it's $40, are you?
$1.
I thought they were cheap.
Prices are mysteriously going up in the past few weeks. It's like they know something's coming, and they want to profit.
They want to exploit the dozens of us.
Yeah, that's 30 people. That's a lot of money.
Jackpot saying, what did you say? $8?
Depending on the length.
Well, it has to be like 2 point something as well. It can't be just any of them. Like it has to be a specific type to handle.
God, you're a bitch. It's just.
I'm not a bitch. Sony's the bitch for making it like
4K display port. No, let's just look. Listen, all
it has
these
to be something like 2.4, 1.4,
2.1,
like
2.1.
Is that it? I don't know.
Doesn't matter. It's like $10. It's not gonna be $20. Donnie's just lying. He wants to freak you out.
Donnie, why are you doing this to
me?
Why are you doing this? Well, he's including taxes and shipping as well, so that probably would jump it up.
Well, where does he live? The taxes are like $1 billion.
I don't know.
Why are you shipping it? Just go to a store and buy one.
Are they going to be selling them in stores? Did they confirm that, or is it like you have to order this shit?
You have a Best Buy? I know you live in the middle of nowhere, but do you don't live in any Best Buy or any like store that has electronics? They have this shit everywhere. It's like any PC.
Yeah, we got but I'm just saying on their website, like when they announced it, they only ever said like Sony Direct. You can order it from Sony Direct. I don't think they said like from your.
Well, they want you to.
I'm gonna look on Best Buy's website right now.
You're gonna be able to buy any display port, or at
least
no.
Listen, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the adapter itself.
Fuck the adapter. You're asking me about the display port. $14.
No, yeah, that's fine. That's easy to get. Anyone can get that anywhere. I understand that. But
you're a bitch. You're making me.
Donnie's talking about the shipping and the fucking taxes of buying the whole thing together. It's going to include the adapter. That's why we're talking about that.
No, too much money.
LSP says at least the shooting in Tabor is accurate. The guns feel good. Is that true, Jackpot?
Yeah.
Do they feel better than contractors? Would you say? How would you compare the two of them in terms of gunplay?
Do you remember? If what I remember, I think Ghost of Tabor was slightly more simulation or realistic than, and not like this game Contractors is arcade or anything, but. You remember? Have you ever played PUBG? You know, PUBG feels a little bit different.
Yeah.
I feel like the Ghost of Tabor is slightly more like that.
Okay.
Which is good.
I like the
the guns feel good. The accuracies, for the most part, when we played, it was good.
I hope the haptics feel good, and they got the 3D audio and shit working nicely in there as well to tie it all together.
I hope the graphics are a little bit better than last time we played.
Well, it is graphical enhancements, but we'll have to wait and see what they are.
Yeah, but...
By the way, this trailer I'm playing right now is like a new one that came out today for PSVR2, but I'm not sure there's like any of it is actual gameplay. It all seems to be kind of like cinematic, and the cameras are swooping around so much, it's really hard to know what's real.
And it definitely wouldn't be like showing the improvements, I don't think, that they were talking about for PlayStation.
Donnie says you had to get the serial number for the PSVR to get the adapter for PS5. Thank you, Donnie. It's
Right.
confirmed.
Yes.
Bad Robo says, yeah, imagine this PC adapter being the size of this PSVR 1 box with all those cables. It's not far from that, though. I mean, it's smaller. The box is definitely smaller, but the cables, it has like one coming out the front and I think 3 out the back, which is, it's going to look ugly enough unless you can hide it away somehow. Who doesn't like hiding in the bush, says Donnie. Damn. He likes, you like that bush, Donnie?
It's a creep.
Jeremiah, how you doing? Says, I enjoy the rat play in Hunt Showdown. I don't know what that means. I think I will be a dirty rat in Tabor as well. Is that like you're going to go around squeaking? Making those squeak sounds in the microphone? No. What does that mean? Are you just going to you'd be like a scavenger, is that it? Like you watch people fight and then you pick up the pieces that kind of a way? Is that what you're going to do?
You finish them up and then you steal everything and then you go hide and have fun and just pick people up.
Just laugh at them.
Put in the corners, yeah.
But then if that happens to you, how frustrating would that be? Anyway, LSB says, I watch Brannan play Screechers all the time. Seems to still be alive. It is, yeah, because it's got crossplay with... but he's playing us on Quest, isn't he? So it's got Breachers is like probably one of the healthiest player bases out there, I think.
It's good.
Next topic says LSB. I'm sorry, LSB. But we've only got 4, so I have to stretch them out. Ghost says what they copied pretty much. Ghost of Tarkov, yeah. But they actually say it themselves, like it's inspired by extraction shooters like Ghost of Tarkov, which is probably the biggest one out there. Jeremiah says, I can always tell if a game is cross-platform with Quest by how often I hear, the N-word in the lobby. There you go.
Yeah, it's true. LSB's got his whole fucking stream ruined because at the end, little squeaks.
Like a
Jesus.
3-year-old probably.
Yeah, it's always like little kids, which is fucking like, damn.
It is.
Yeah. That's when you know when they have the questicles.
There you go. Nice Bird says, so technically buy one now. Lol. Yeah, I should probably get that cable now. Well, I'll get my PC first, and then I'll worry about the rest.
The PC is gonna go just with one. Yeah,
it has to be. It has to be DisplayPort cable 1.4 jackpot. So you were looking up 2.1 or some shit.
Who cares? Same thing.
1.4 might be cheaper. Next topic. Shut your mouth, jackpot. Rogue says you can shoot the church bell from a distance, which is kind of cool. It's right near one of the extraction points, so it's always a bit nerve-wracking when you hear it. Lol. What's the purpose of that?
$10, even cheaper.
Just to tell somebody that you're in close proximity. Maybe.
I know you're there. How does the extraction work? Is it like you call in a chopper, or?
I think there's a point on the map or 2 points on the map that you have to just run towards, and then it just extracts you out. I don't remember.
So it's not like a helicopter shows up and you have to jump in a helicopter or anything that extensive. It just kind of ends as soon as you get to the.
Do you have to be there at a certain time, or can you extract whenever you want?
I think you can extract whatever you want. I don't know if there's an actual timer, but I think you can just extract whenever you want. But again, last time I played it was like a year ago maybe. So I'm sure it's totally different right now.
Okay. All right. We can move on to the next topic then. Unless there's anything else you want to say. Is this all day one for you?
Well, I already have it on the Questicle and the PC.
Did they confirm crossplay?
I don't know, but it has to. This game, it'll be silly if they don't.
Yes, it would be.
But is it already crossplay between PC and Quest?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know if I'm gonna buy it again. It all depends because honestly, the control feedback for me, at least at the beginning, it is cool. So I don't know. We'll see.
What about you, Muzz?
Yeah, I think I'd pick it up. I mean, it'd be nice to play this game every few days with everybody. Are you planning on getting back into your streaming?
Yeah. Listen, the last 2 days in a row, it's been around streaming time. It's okay, I'm going to stream something tonight. And then I look at the list. I just look at the list and it's I don't want to play any of these games.
Yeah.
I get depressed.
The only games that are good playing are the mini golf
Yeah.
Maybe we don't
Well,
play, but fucking the racing games are
well,
fun.
when is Gran
Yes, they are.
Turismo 7
Which
update coming out? When's the
that
new
well,
tracks
we'll
coming
talk
out?
about that. But spoiler alert:
Oh yeah,
25th.
Yeah.
But
Breachers, and then you just have to wait because you get in your PC,
So,
and there's gonna be
yeah,
a lot more
yeah.
shit that you can do and stream because there's nothing to do on PSVR2.
Still, it's sad. It's just I feel like I've exhausted a lot. Like at Pavlov and stuff like that, yeah, I could do it again. But then, like the last few times I played Pavlov, it's like hard to get people in anymore. Anyway, next topic is
We need more social games. Huh?
Yes, we do. This next topic though, really positive news. You know, really positive Patricia news right here. There's a VR game showcase coming next month, August 15th, right? And you might be thinking to yourself, big deal, we just watched that Upload VR showcase with like 40 of these fucking Nokia N-Gage games coming out. But this is different. They're like actively pushing, these are big games, these are they've actually said the word in this little trailer here, AAA VR titles.
he says the thing. He says the thing, everybody.
He says this. So let me just read out some notes. So they said they promised AAA VR games coming to Quest, PSVR2, and PC VR. There's going to be reveals of games, there's going to be deep dives, and there's going to be surprises. So Hitman 3 will be shown off in more detail for those of you who own the Quest.
I can't wait to see more of those awesome graphics.
Yeah. But what's really exciting, probably my highlight here, is Flat to VR will have big news to share. So this is probably where we're going to see whatever the fuck they're working on, and I'm really hoping it's like they come out the gate with a banger, you know, something exciting.
Not another Bulletstorm or what is it called?
Bulletstorm, yeah.
Bulletstorm, yeah. Not another Bulletstorm, please. Something better than that.
They've also listed out some of the other developers who are going to be there. So N-Dreams, those are the people behind Synapse. They're going to be there. Vertigo, they're working on Metro. They're going to be there. Fast Travel Games, they're working on Mannequin, among other stuff. They'll be there. Shell Games, who I think are the ones who did I Expect You to Die, those games.
That's good stuff.
Combat Waffle, which is Ghost of Tabor devs. Beyond Frames, I think they're working on that Alice in Wonderland game that was revealed at the Upload Viewer Summer Showcase, and more, they say. When I'm thinking of that and more, I'm wondering, hey, are those Phasmophobia developers going to be there with a little release date or something?
Nope.
Because they did say in a few weeks. They did say in a few weeks they're going to talk about us.
Nope.
Aces of Thunder guys, those guys are gonna show up and be like, we're in early development of our game, guys, so it'll be out in about a year and a half.
We're just testing it, guys. We're just testing.
Yeah, we're just testing it out right now.
Any day now. So that's all the solid, hard details we have to go by. But that's exciting. Now, what I'm wondering is when they say AAA. When I think of AAA VR, I think of Resident Evil. I think of Gran Turismo 7.
Who are you talking about? Are you talking about the VR people that are fucking making the mods? Now they're making the fucking things into VR.
Yeah,
Yes.
but they've made a studio. They're called Flat to VR. They've come together.
Well,
VR.
like
Covered
this
in the past.
this just said on the comments, like they already announced the first game, the rhythm game. You guys never heard about
What?
that? Oh my god! And you have a fucking
No.
podcast. Everybody unsubscribe
That's
right
a
now.
lie. That is a
Go to
lie. A rhythm game?
decepticon.com. Talk shit in there. Huh?
Yeah, it's
Decepticon.
Yeah, it's like
it's that rhythm game, yeah. But I don't even consider that like maybe that's like their like early test kind of game that they just wanted to put out first. I don't know. They have to be doing
the main
they have to be
game.
doing
They say the main
something.
game they're talking
Where
about.
can I find this?
Everywhere. You
Name
idiot.
one place. Name one place I can find it.
Google.
No.
It's what's the fucking name? It's like a Doom VR type game, but it's with the rhythm of the music. You shoot fucking demons. It looks pretty sick.
That's Metal Hellsinger. That's not
Yep,
Flat to VR.
they're doing that. Yep,
They're doing that?
I think so. That's the chat.
I didn't know they were doing that.
Maybe
That
they're
wasn't the
not.
one that's not the one I was thinking of. Maybe
I think
Thinking of
I think you're full of shit, Jack, but I don't think anyone knows what they're working on.
What are you talking about? You don't
Metal
know nothing.
Hellsinger.
we'll get to the bottom of this. We'll figure this out.
Anyways,
Funcom.
next topic.
No. No. Developed by Lab 42, The Outsiders. There you go. There's no mention of Flat VR. You're
there we
full
go.
of shit. You're a filthy little liar.
You see, it took you 5 minutes.
You are a filthy liar. Why are you
Listen,
like
I got
this?
confused, huh?
Why are you like this?
Shut up. You panicked. You panicked for a second. You
No, I
panicked.
was like, oh shit. Because it was a big mystery. Everyone's asking, what's their first game going to be? And it's like, oh, they announced it months ago.
I thought that there was like some other like smaller rhythm game, kind of like a Beat Saber kind of style, where it's like things are coming at you, but maybe I misunderstood.
It's probably like 10 of those, but are you saying that Flat VR is working on one of those?
I thought so, but maybe I was just mistaken.
And then if
Maybe-
they are, then that means that it used to be a Flat game. So, like, was it a big IP
exactly.
Flat game? Is that something we know?
Bugsnax?
I can't remember the name.
Bugsnax rhythm game?
It only jogged my memory 'cause as soon as you started mentioning Black.
I'm pretty sure we've all been in anticipation, waiting to see what the fuck the first thing is going to be.
I don't care.
Like, that's how I have been. I don't think
I
we
don't
missed
care.
that. Anyway, let me try and catch up on some of the comments here. Roy Schwartz is here. He's peeping and he's liking the smash button. Thank you very much, Roy. Nice to see you. Nice Bird says Driver. Oh yeah, Driver viewer sounds good now. I really want ever since I saw that clip that Jackpot shared in the Discord of the vehicle update that's coming to contractors where it's like some dude shooting out the window while the other dude is driving. Like I really want something like that now on PS4.
And there's ATVs now.
Somebody give us a car combat game for crying out loud. Like if we're not gonna ever get Twisted Metal, like some other studio should just step up and be like, all right, here's your combat driving game where you can drive like trucks and all these different kinds of vehicles and have it 4-player co-op where one person can drive and the other 3 people can be shooting out the windows, and that'd be great.
Yeah. Or even something like Wreckfest where it's like just destruction derby, no weapons, but something like that would be fun as well.
No, you need to be shooting out the windows or it's not fun. Yes, both.
VRMX
You guys are in luck.
Jamie totally owned Upload Viewer there, lol. Yeah, so the presenter here is a fellow called Jamie Feltham. He used to be with Upload Viewer, he used to work there. I think he went to Fast Travel Games after that. I don't know where he is now. I don't know who's behind this showcase, who's funding it or whatever. Is it Fast Travel Games? Maybe he's still with them. I don't know. They're definitely one of the studios he listed as showing up for us. But yeah, it's exciting. But LSB says, and he wisely says, don't get your hopes up, PP. And this is what I was just going to say. They say AAA, but AAA to me is Gran Turismo 7, Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 8. I'd be very surprised.
Nope.
Excuse you?
No, they're not going to do that.
Not going to do what?
Resident Evil 9 is going to be announced for VR.
Those are your... fuck, that'll be great. But no, I don't think it's going to be that big.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think so. The studios they listed out, they're cool studios, and I like the games they've worked on in the past. I don't know if I'd label any of the games AAA. I mean, Hitman's
is a AAA game title, but the game that's coming up for the Quest 3 does not look AAA whatsoever from that one 3-second clip.
Oh my god!
The GIF.
3-second
GIF.
frame
Take
clip.
it out of my face.
But even the Metro game, when that game is flat, it's AAA. But is the VR spin-off going to be AAA, or is that going to be because Arizona Sunshine is the other series that Vertigo have been working on? Would you consider that a AAA franchise? Maybe they're getting extra funding. Maybe they can lift it to the AAA level now, but that remains to be seen. I mean, AAA as well is hard to define. So technically, they could be
Especially
AAA.
by you.
And it might be a AAA Quest game, but that doesn't mean it's a AAA PSVR2 game. Depending on how you define AAA. And speaking of, Important just says no such thing as a AAA game on Quest. Lol.
How dare you?
Well, surely Asgard's Wrath has to be pushing that thing to its limits, and a lot of budget went into that. Ghost Shot says, oh crap, I wish he wouldn't have used that term. Yeah, that's the only... Listen, I'm not expecting the Resident Evil type game or Gran Turismo level game. I'm expecting Metro level, which could be higher than I think. I'm expecting, that kind of... Basically, with the studios he's listed, I'm expecting more of that from them. I'm really interested in End Dreams, what they're going to do next. Like, could it be DLC for Synapse or a spin-off from Synapse? Or it'll be a whole new thing? If it's not a PSVR2 exclusive, that means they'll probably won't be able to use that cool eye tracking technology that they built Synapse around, which would be a little bit sad. But it might not be financially viable for them to do a PSVR2 exclusive. I don't know.
Anyways.
I got company.
Damn,
Oh shit!
Muzz with the pussy. Pussy on cam.
Nice,
Pussy on cam. Pussy reveal on cam. Nice one, Muzz. Episode 81. 81 episodes. Muzz shows the pussy. And
Here we
100
go.
episodes. What's Jack Brooklyn show? LSB says this will just be another showcase talking about games we already know about. No, because they've said surprises, they've said reveals and stuff like that, and even
The
combat.
surprise is
Go on.
the surprise is PSVR 2 cancel, no refunds, and just a bunch of trash quest games and some maybe one or two.
Listen, the big thing is whatever Flat to Viewer are working on. You know, that's going to be something we don't know about. That's going to be a new thing, whatever it is. And I really, like I said already, I really hope they can start with a bang, something like a big name that people all know. Like, can you imagine if they managed to get Metal Gear Solid? Even like one of the earlier games, 2, 3,
Bioshock.
whatever.
Bioshock is what everybody
Bioshock would
wants.
be fucking huge if they could do that.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many impressive titles they could go, even from the PS3 generation.
Red Dead Redemption 1.
Yes.
Just imagine seeing that world in Bioshock in VR, like all like that kind of like interiors of all that place. That'd be so good. And seeing a Big Daddy up close in VR.
Oh shit!
Freaking scary as hell. Yeah, Daddy.
Oh,
Big
shit,
Daddy.
I haven't played that yet, but no, I've only played a little bit of the first one.
He doesn't know what the hell you're talking about.
I don't know about Big
It's like,
Daddy.
damn,
The only
I didn't
Big
know.
Daddy I know is from Django.
I didn't know you were a freak like that, Muzz.
It's like, ooh, that's Big Daddy up close and personal.
That's what I personally call the character, okay? Leave me alone.
It was a weird name even back then. I thought it was a bit weird. VR Nemex is Cry Harder fanboy. I assume he's responded to Muzz talking about Hitman. But I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. Deez, the game cat. How you doing, Deez?
Why would I be crying? I don't want to play what I saw on the screen. You guys can keep it.
Just Cry Harder, Muzz. All right, so it looked worse than what we played on PSVR 1, the Hitman we had on PSVR 1.
Yes.
Still, Cry Harder.
You should be crying, not me.
Well, I'm
I don't
crying.
need to
I'm
play.
crying that they didn't just port the PSVR 1 version over to PSVR 2 and add like two motion controllers.
That would have been better.
support, you know,
That would have been better.
Anyway, Deez says Flat to Viewer already announced first game. It's a rhythm. Is that where you got that information from? You read Deez's comment, you fucking bitch. Is that
I
what you
said
did?
it
You
out
acted
loud.
like you
I
knew?
said
Oh
no.
my God.
I say like they said, look,
Cheater.
and then
You're
I
cheating.
said his comment. You guys are idiots. You guys don't pay attention.
Hold on a
You know,
sec. Let me catch up on these comments. Maybe there is another fucking rhythm game that they have announced, but
Shut up.
I've lost the fucking.
You lost like
Once I
always.
jumped down. Stupid fucking thing. LSB says keep expectations in
topic.
check, which is always no, not next topic. We got lots to talk about here. Keep your expectations in check, always wise. VRNMX's rhythm game, it's not Metal Hellsinger, is it? Which is what we thought. D just laughing. D says not Metal Hellsinger, so he reckons there's another one. Why the fuck haven't I heard about it? Bad Robo says I must go by all. Bad Robo, take care. I mean, you're gone ages ago, but still. Rogue says they did Madison. Flat to Viewer didn't do Madison, did they? Pretty sure they didn't. Bloodiest
No.
Games did Madison. Viewer.
And Bloodiest Games.
Like in the titles and stuff, they never mentioned any other studio that I could see. Unless you're talking about the fucking Monkey or Viewer Monkey. Maybe they helped there too, I don't know. VRNMX says they wouldn't have announced it like this. Douse it's Metal Hellsinger. I think that's by another studio. Correct. D says, think it's Spin Rhythm. What the fuck is Spin Rhythm? Like, is that a...
That's
not
the one
flat.
I think I was saying. I was watching somebody's like stream and they were showing it, and I thought they said something about flat to VR. But
Spin Rhythm. Oh, there's a game called Spin Rhythm XD, which was in arcades. So that was a flat version of it, I guess. So Spin Rhythm VR. I just see XD. What days is this?
Oh my
2023.
God.
That's 2023. That's out last year. I can't have been then. And it's by Super Spin Digital. Hold on a sec. From 9 hours ago, though, there's PlayStation VR Spin Rhythm XD. Who developed this? Upload
Yeah,
viewer.
my God.
Shut up for a sec. Actually, no, keep talking. Sorry, that's what. Let me read this while you
Ah.
talking.
All right. Well, if you guys haven't bought a Quest,
Complete silence, guys. When we read this.
if you guys haven't bought a Quest, make sure you buy a Quest. You save money instead of going to cheeseburgers,
Muzz, shut
McDonald's.
that bitch up.
Save, get a Quest.
That
and
game.
you'll be
That
able to
game.
have a
Hold
lot of
on.
fun.
I'm going to the mute button. I can't do it.
Hold on. Spin Rhythm XD was
welcome.
developed by Super Spin Digital.
There we go.
Not Flat to VR. There's no mention
Not
of
the
Flat to
Flat to
VR here.
Unless
Yes,
they change
put
their
in the
name.
chat, Rogue on the bottom of the chat. He said that they did.
Maybe they helped out, but I don't think it's like they're. Listen, I'm going to keep reading the chat because I don't want to say for sure because I don't fucking
Hurry
know. Where was I? By the way, Lab 42 were the ones who actually ported Grid Legends to Quest. Disgusting. They should be banned from developing games. Deadeye Dan says, as of March 24, Flat to VR Studios, the division of Impact Reality, is working on an official VR port of an undisclosed game. The game is expected to be released in late 2024 or early 2025. Well, there you go. Deadeye Dan has got the facts. Undisclosed until August 15th. Jeremiah says, can't wait to see what Flat to VR have cooking. Will also be cool to see more of the other two Combat Waffle games. That's what I was going to mention because they listed out Combat Waffle there. And in the Upload VR article, they talked about how they've actually got other projects in the works. Some of them are just on paper, but it sounds like some of them are actually in development. So we might see a new game from them. From the Ghost of Tabor guys. I don't know what they would do next, but be interesting to see. Apparently they've made a... Were they the ones who've made a good bit of money? Ghost of Tabor devs? Or am I mixing them up with somebody else? Like they hit a certain milestone of millions of dollars or something. I could be mixing them up. D says, yeah, Spin Rhythm XD is the first Flat to VR game. Sorry about sidetracking. This is confusing me now, D's. VRMX says, I hope for Bioshock probably will be some flat indie. This is the problem. Like, even if it is a shitty, like, well, I don't want to say shitty, but like an unknown indie that maybe not many people have heard of, like we still have to kind of support them or else they might not get another chance to do a bigger game. Like they need a chance to build up a portfolio and get like, you know, a foothold maybe before they can get the bigger ones. But my hope is that they can get the bigger ones, the big ones straight away. They've kind of been bigging it up, haven't they? They've been like, oh, it's an exciting one or something. Obviously, they're not going to be like, oh, it's boring. Don't worry, you won't like it. But yeah, sorry. Donnie says, how many rhythm games do they need? Oh my god, they're nothing but bare minimum tech demos, and that's giving them credibility that they don't deserve. In fairness, if you're developing a game and you want to know what kind of game you want to make, are you lads talking? Hold on a sec. I haven't heard a word from you. Maybe I'm just talking.
Because you told us to shut up. You're
I'm
trying
sorry.
to do your
I'm
thing.
sorry.
Nobody
I'm trying
cares
to catch
about the
up on
topic you're
comments and
talking
shit,
about.
but I just want to make sure you didn't freeze or something because it's like I couldn't even hear like a breathe or a cough or anything.
You got the streamer bread, so that's why I can't hear anything.
Ghost Shot says people will be guessing and disappointing themselves until August now. Yeah, already now. Like Muzz, will you be disappointed if it's not Bioshock? I think straight away.
No, that's just wishful thinking.
Okay. But I mean, if you were in their position, you probably would have been like, who owns the rights to Bioshock? 2K or something? They probably would have been knocking on their
2K.
door.
It's a 2K game, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure it would become with a costly price to
Maybe.
make
Or maybe they made a convincing argument, like, you know, hey, we'll do it we'll practically do it for free
Yeah.
for you. You'll get a big cut of the profits of whatever it is, and we put it on
True.
Quest. You know, easy money for you.
kind of like a revitalize the franchise as well in case they have any future plans to make another Bioshock of some kind.
Yeah. What if they took over development of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas?
Oh my god.
What if? That's why
there's
it's been
another
so
fucker.
quiet for so long. The original developers were
Okay.
struggling. Flat to VR came in and like, yo, All we have to
They're
do
not
is
gonna
follow
release
the
it
damn
on the
train,
PlayStation
CJ.
VR 2. At least not right away.
They will.
It's a Questicle exclusive for at least a year, I think.
Excuse me, it used to be.
That was
But
5 years
changed.
ago, so I
Yeah.
think that's past its date.
Nope.
Assassin's Creed was originally exclusive, and then they sold the exclusivity rights so that they wouldn't have to pay for the marketing. But the reason it's not on PSVR 2 is because they just don't want to put the money into porting it. Maybe they are
There you
working
go.
on it now and quite like to themselves. I don't know, but I doubt it. Anyway, Rogue says, yeah, they did Madison. It's in the credits. They kept it a secret. Damn.
Really?
Wes mentioned it on stream. Like they
Really?
did the whole thing.
Whole thing.
Fucking
That's
hell.
crazy
the whole
that
game.
That is
they
crazy.
didn't.
Why would they keep that
So
secret?
yeah, that is very odd.
Rogue says, sorry, I'm using speech to text. Damn, you driving, Rogue? Ray Schwartz says, jackpot, get a Quest 3, best game to get. Oh, got a Quest 3. What's the best game to get?
Depends on what you want.
He can't
Contractors.
He can't list your game because it has none.
Contractors. Somebody said they play the ass game. It's free. You have it. You should download the big screen VR
It's not a game.
so you can watch
It's not a game.
some movies. So
He's
Planet
asking-
Earth. We're watching Planet Earth
That's not a
3 for
game.
free.
That's not a
Thanks to
game.
Decepticon.
He wants to know
Good
about
times.
games.
Peter's gonna join us.
He wants to know about games.
Games. Contractors. That's the only thing you care about.
That's it.
Roy. Contractors, the best game ever made. Play that shit for a long time, and then you play something else. You play the ass game.
What's
And
ass
then
game?
you play
Are you
VR
saying
chat.
Assassin's Creed or are you saying Asgard's Wrath? What is that? What is
Assassin's
ass game?
Creed.
Both.
Okay.
Both.
Okay.
Both those.
What's the best Quest 3 exclusive that isn't on Quest 2?
I don't know.
Crickets.
Maybe
Yeah,
the
of course
ass
you don't
game.
know. Of course you don't know. That's on.
I haven't played them. The
That's on
ass
Quest 2.
game is
They're on
probably
That's on
good.
Quest 2. That's on Quest 2. I'm talking about Quest 3 only again.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Probably
of
not.
course. Yeah, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, but you try to get this like little dumb points. Like, okay, who cares?
I do.
How many headsets?
If I can get a
Quest?
little
Yeah, you
cheap shot,
check
if I can get a little
bitch.
cheap shot in, then I'm gonna do it at any opportunity.
No, because you're pathetic. Listen, just
Maybe I
be
am.
thankful you're
Maybe
getting.
I am.
Be thankful you're getting the fucking adapter so you can finally play some almost everything you want to play.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
PSVR 2 still has the
Big.
highest bar quality of VR that
Oh,
is
yeah.
out there,
And
regardless.
Quest won't pass that anytime soon.
Yeah, but
Quest 4 won't do it.
quality.
Quest 5
What
probably
what is
won't do
what
it.
is good about looking at all like the deer game, looking at fucking deers and 3D and it look
What does
cool
that
when you
mean?
can't
What does he
do
mean,
shit.
deer game? What is a deer game?
The fucking Minecraft game that you fucking reindeers
Why don't
explode
you
rainbows
mention
up
like
your
Gran
ass.
Turismo 7? Why don't you mention that game? Because you know you got no point to prove.
No, because that game
What
has
Resident Evil-
everything. It
what
looks
Resident
great
Evil 4
and it has good
exactly.
gameplay.
So that's what we're saying. You can't beat
I
that
know.
on Quest. All right. So you're agreeing with us.
Either.
No, I prefer to, in my opinion, to have everything that the Quest has to offer than just be able to play a couple games like Resident Evil. How many times have I played that shit? One and done.
I'm
Maybe a couple
already
times
like
if you're really
played
into it.
Ace like 6 times.
Because you have
and
nothing else to play.
No, it's so
Because you got a
good.
PSVR
It's
2.
so
So you
good.
got to play it over and over and over and
Replayability, there's
over.
extra
Like, I need my
modes.
money. I need my $600. $600. I need to play more. I need to play more.
Gran Turismo 7's got the daily
shit.
challenges.
Yeah, Gran Turismo is the best VR game ever made.
Anyway,
Even though it's not VR only.
Rogue says they must have done the VR conversion, probably not the entire port. Well, that's confusing. Isn't the entire... Well, okay, I think I see what you mean. Maybe just the VR elements. Is that what you mean? Like actually getting it to run on... Well, it was already on PS5, wasn't it? I'm confused. Ghost says best is always subjective. That's true. LSB says PSVR 2 has better graphics than Quest and better games. He says that's it, but what he means is better games. When it comes to gameplay, Quest games are doing more. Don't think so.
I just don't touch my PSVR 2.
They're just
Because I like social games, and there's a lot more social games in the Questicle. That's it.
Anyway, let me get my notes up again. So
Next
what are we betting? No, not next topic. Listen. Make a bet. Predict something.
From what?
Predict something that's going to be at this showcase. One thing each.
Well, make a
And
prediction
remembers.
of what. Make a prediction of what flat VR is going to show.
Yeah. There you
What's
go.
your bet?
I don't know.
Make your bet.
It's hard. It's gonna be hard. I'll say Bioshock, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
I can't get Flash.
It's gonna be something like that, like something that nobody would fucking guess, dude. It's like one game that might be good, like
And
Dishonored or some shit like that.
With would this game be coming out for like multiple headsets, or it wouldn't just be like
I'd
PlayStation, right?
imagine whatever it is going to be on a Quest as well.
Yeah, so it
If I
wouldn't be
had to
just a
guess,
Sony
if
game.
I had to guess.
Because if it was just a Sony game, I would say maybe like a Killzone or something, but it's going to be
I don't think it's going to be a first party title
no.
from anything.
That would be only
Yeah.
if they had like a deal with PlayStation. But if it's multi headsets, then it would have to be some other random
I'm just
multi
trying to
console
think.
game.
I think Bioshock is a really good like dream.
Bioshock's the one
shot.
everyone wants.
Yeah.
I mean, if they want to start big, that's where you start big. Is
Yeah.
give everybody Bioshock.
And it's
I don't
not
know
like
if any.
that. Like, do you think they could take from the PS4 generation, or is like PS3 that? Because keeping in mind it has to run on a Quest as well. Like, is that like the most?
Yeah.
That's the era or the generation we could expect. Like, would you
Like
predict that's where it's going to come from?
like Xbox 360, PS3
Yeah,
era,
yeah.
probably. Like for if it's going to be running on a Quest and like everything like that, like those big games back then are probably doable on the Quest 3.
So what else was big back then? What was big from that generation? You know,
Yeah, I'm just trying to go through the
Bioshock
library
was
in
huge.
my
Far Cry,
brain.
Far Cry games.
Far Cry would be a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Far Cry would be cool. The third one.
Was the third one on PS3 or was it PS? Oh, it was PS3, wasn't it? Far Cry 3 would be a nice.
Give me Battlefield Bad Company. That would
Ooh,
make
Battlefield.
that would make my
Bad Company
decade.
2. Yeah.
But no,
Bad
like if
Company
it's
2.
like, would you think
I'd
whatever?
be done. I'd freaking be playing that forever.
I'm going to predict that it's not going to be like anything with online. I think it'll be
Yeah,
a single
probably.
player only thing, whatever it is.
Single big game experience.
Considering like they're a small team, so getting all that online shit working as well would probably be very tricky. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. We'll have to move
anyways,
on.
maybe.
I'm gonna keep brainstorming and give a game at the end.
Okay, good idea. Good idea. VRMX says met a meme on Twitter for VR 2024 so far. I look forward to seeing us in my timeline, and then reporting us for fucking hate crime, hate speech, and getting you banned. LSP says Asgard's Rad 2 is a perfect example of how Quest games are pushing the viewer envelope when it comes to gameplay. Can you give any examples of what it's doing?
You're just saying statements.
Just saying things, words. Ghost Shots.
I
says,
gotta try
"Parappa
this
the
game.
Rappa."
I mean, I don't keep saying the game is good and this generation and gameplay and blah blah blah. So I guess I gotta try it.
Yeah. Parappa the Rappa. Can you imagine if they do something like that? Like go back to PS1.
I would be very disappointed if that was the game.
Oh shit! If they went to Metal Gear Solid, like Metal Gear Solid 1 is the only one I'd accept from that generation. I think. Anyway.
But then how would you want that to be played? Like in first person view? Or
Yeah.
like in third person and you see it kind of like as you're playing like a Moss, like where you see the environment and you're just running through it.
It would break the game, but I'd want it to be first person. It would ruin the fucking game, but that's what I'd want. See, this LSB says you have to play it to understand. You can't put it into words because it's not doing anything unique or new or anything. It's not
So good and
forward.
unique that you just have to play it.
You can't give one example. Come on now. Come on.
Damn, your chair.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's like extra. Like it must be lowered or some shit. The boys have been at it. Oh, by the way, I turned on the PS5 there before this started, and I had a little notification. And it was like, you set a new personal best in Astrobot fucking jetpack run or some shit like that. They've been playing that shit. And they're getting good at it.
Geniuses.
Like they've beaten my fucking time on that.
Well,
Scary. Not that I put lots of time into it, but still they're only 5, like, you know? It's like fucking hell.
because they're geniuses. I told you, they texted me when they were like 2 months old, telling me that I'm good at games.
They're obsessed with that. Like the new one coming out, there's like, they've updated the one that's already there. So you can go to a little area and you can see a countdown timer for like the new Astrobot game. And every day they're like, how many days is left? How many days is left? It's like fucking hell. Nice Bird says PSVR 1. Or sorry, PlayStation 1 VR era titles. It has been Metal Gear Solid is the only one I accept there. Maybe like a Wipeout as well, but we've already had like a better Wipeout on PSVR 1, so I wouldn't want that either. We ready to move on?
Yes.
Gran Turismo 7 is getting an
Oh,
update.
yeah.
It's coming July 25th, free of course. It's going to have a new track. as you can see on the screen right now, which is called Eiger.
Not in
No,
Canada. Not in
no,
Canada.
the
Bro.
mighty Eiger, which is Switzerland.
Or
It's a Swiss track. It's also adding 6 new cars, which you'll also see on the screen, including the Subaru Impreza, which is one of my favorite cars. I do like that.
The rally
Cool.
one.
Yeah, it's a cool rally car. Yeah, the blue with the
Yeah.
yellow. They've
look
got
at those mountain ranges. It's gonna look so nice.
they're going to look real nice. It's also updating physics, which is interesting. And also,
Yep.
Sophie, which is the super advanced AI, is going to be expanded so that it's going to work on more tracks in the game.
That's very good news.
Yes, it is. But that's kind of it. You know, it's exciting.
That's it?
It's not coming out until the
Oh
25th,
my
though.
god.
Well, what
What
do you want?
guys?
What do you want?
It's free. It's all free. Like they don't charge anything for this, which is crazy to me.
Tell me the cars. What kind of cars? Tell me all the names of the cars.
They're all in the
Tell me
trailer.
who
Fucking, there's a
built them?
BMW M3. There is a Lamborghini, I think. There is a Subaru Impreza.
You have the
There's a
notes?
Vision. There's only one Vision car, which is
God.
those Vision cars kind of annoy me because it's like I'd rather have the real deals. But anyway, apparently this track has been in other games as well, so it's kind of like returning from other Gran Turismos. Don't know how big.
We
it
never
is.
play this game. Yeah.
We don't play it enough.
No
Yeah,
play.
we definitely don't play it enough. Oh yeah,
Someone
new
needs to
tires.
send Pumpkins a steering wheel, and then he'll play it all the
Yeah,
time.
probably would. But then I wouldn't have any space. Like you already see my setup here. I've got no space for like a dedicated wheel setup.
You wouldn't need that much space. Just some. What would you be able to use for like a small table to clamp a wheel to? Do you have any?
Could I use this
space for that?
like this kind of slide out drawer on my computer table? Maybe it would fit there. I don't know. It depends on how big it is. I don't know how big these things are.
Well, as long as the table has to be sturdy enough, so when you're racing and you have like the feedback, it's not gonna like shake
Oh, yeah,
and
that'd
like
shake.
wobble the
That'd
entire
shake
table.
the
Yeah.
shit out of it. My chair
So-
would be squeaking like fuck.
You gotta have. It doesn't have to be a big table, but solid enough that it's not gonna rock. But
Yeah,
if you can get something like that, then I think you have plenty of room.
yeah. I don't know. I just like if I see like a really good deal on it or whatever, I probably would get it. But just the thoughts of getting us for just one game, and even though it's like makes the game like 100 times better, maybe it's still I'd be like, oh,
Well,
Keep an eye on sales. They go
yeah.
on sale all the time. Like you don't even have to get a new one. Like I have like an old one. I have like the Thrustmaster 150, I think it is. It's like a like it was made for PlayStation, not 3, maybe PS4. I can't remember what that came out, but yeah, I have no complaints with it. It works fine. It has nice force feedback, and it doesn't have like a clutch. It just has a brake and a gas pedal. But I just drive all the cars in automatic anyway most of the time.
okay, yeah.
But the
And
PC has a
paddles. It has the
fuckload of.
paddles, so if I wanted to do gear shifting, it's just the paddles on the steering wheel.
The PC has a bunch of fucking games. If you end up ever buying a fucking steering wheel, just make sure it's compatible.
PC
Because
as
there's a
well.
fuckload of games, a lot
Yeah.
of fucking games.
That's
on
why you
the
get a
PC.
Thrustmaster, because they're all compatible. Those are PlayStation, Sony brand.
It's a very sexual sounding steering wheel. Thrustmaster.
You got to be a master at it.
What's going on?
Master Thruster.
What's going on there? But yeah, cool updates. New tires. Get your Michelin tires. I don't know if I'd put that in the trailer. You know, is that really worth? Like, oh, cool. A brand
Everyone's
name
getting-
on the tires.
Everyone's just going to be in the showcase room just staring at those tires, man. Look at those beautiful tires.
Real nice. A Ferrari, a BMW,
Hmm.
a Lamborghini. Like I said, it's all coming into place. A Genesis X, Impreza, of course. And then you got a RUF. I've never even heard of that brand in real life until I started playing Gran Turismo games. I've never seen an RUF. Is it RUF or RUF? I don't know. Anyway,
Looks like a
is there anything
Porsche.
else to say about this topic before we move on to the very last one?
Bye.
No, it's going to be good. We have to have a stream when that
Boss.
comes out.
We get
Big
it. It's
race.
already bought. Yeah.
Everybody in.
25th of July. Look forward to it.
Book that day. Everyone buy this game, and I want to see a full, 16 people? 16 players?
Yeah.
It's
that'd
gonna be a
cool.
mess.
Yeah.
With 7 of us, it's just everybody's crashing on everybody's backs and
No,
fucking everybody
It
up.
needs to be
Well,
mayhem.
crash.
I want a full
Crash.
race. Full race.
Anyway, the last topic is about Resident Evil 4. Well, not about Resident Evil 4, but about Resident Evil and Capcom and their outlook on VR, because they had an interview with Game Informer where basically the whole interview was about, I'll just tell you the title, which is Capcom Keep Bringing Resident Evil to Virtual Reality. Here's how and why. So this is by Diego Nicolas Aguelo. How do you say that name, Jackpot?
I don't know, bitch. I can't read it. I
Arguello.
don't have it
You
in
can't
front of me.
read the Spanish. It is in front of you. It's in the notes. Anyway, I've taken
Do you think I opened the notes?
You
Let me open
should.
the notes.
You always complain when I don't have the notes ready, and then you never look at the notes.
Well, now I don't
anyway.
because
It's
you
like
never have them
ridiculous.
ready. So what's the point of even caring?
I'm just going to read out some quotes, all right? To find out
Okay.
more about the process, Game Informer spoke to Yamakawa and producer Masato Kumazawa about the development of the VR mode and how the VR mode version of Resident Evil Village served as a foundation and what to expect in the future from Capcom's ongoing push into the medium, which is the interesting part, the future. I haven't... Like, I recommend you watch or read the whole fucking thing because they go into, you know, how Resident Evil 4 was kind of mad when the VR mode and Village and shit like that. But I'm skipping on down now to the more interesting stuff for us right now. So, according to Kumazawa, the release of VR mode was scheduled a year after the initial release of the base game, which came out in March 2023. It ended up being less than that, being released as a free DLC on December 8th of the same year. It was partly thanks to the fact that when the core team was still developing the main game, it also started working on aspects of the VR mode. Additionally, the director of Village helped the team during the initial phases of development, while Yamakawa himself worked on the VR version of Resident Evil 7. It made for a much smoother process, even if mechanics like dual-wielding weapons had to be made from scratch. So that's the first interesting point, I think, is just that they planned on it taking a year, like a AAA game, going from flat to VR. They expected it to be a year, but it only took them, 9 months, whatever that is. Probably less. What was it? March it came out, and then December? Okay, 9 months. In the Integrated Report 2015 document released by Capcom in the same year, the company expressed its interest and commitment to virtual reality for its Development Division 1, the group responsible for the Resident Evil series. 9 years later, half the mainline Resident Evil games released in this time have gotten a VR version on PlayStation headsets. I'm just going to skip on down a little bit. Okay. The interviewees say they implemented all the elements they wanted for Resident Evil 4 VR. Once they wrapped up the project, they realized virtual reality was well suited to the franchise. While they didn't discuss specifics, Kumazawa says they plan to undertake more challenges in the future. Moreover, Kumazawa adds that one of the reasons for releasing the VR versions of Village and 4 as free DLC is that the team wants to try and help expand the VR market. Yamakawa, personally speaking, joined the project as a director because of his enthusiasm for VR. While conditions such as motion sickness continue to be a concern for players to access VR, Yamakawa says there's been substantial improvement in comparison to the original PlayStation VR headset. When we received the first version of the original VR development kit, I spent a lot of time playing it. Yamakawa says VR also matches with the Resident Evil franchise really well, etc., etc. But I suppose the real key part is once they wrapped up the project, they realized VR was well suited to the franchise, and while they didn't discuss specifics, they plan to undertake more challenges in the future. Now, they didn't say more VR challenges in the future, but it kind of implies that, doesn't it?
No.
And they're talking about how they want to expand virtual reality, like the market, you know?
They're just going to keep bringing the games when they make the new ones. They're just going to try to keep supporting the VR stuff,
Well,
but,
that's
which is
nice.
what we
That's
kind of
nice.
thought
That's
was
what
going
I
to
want.
I
happen.
hope that means 9's going to be VR then. I hope it means that we are going to
Yeah, that's AAA. That's AAA VR. Like, if that's what they do, then that's more than anyone else is doing, basically. You know?
Yeah.
But
Wait for us
they
to.
don't confirm it. Like, they read it, like, the way they like, you could read that in multiple ways, you know? Like, oh, we're looking forward to more challenges in the future, but that doesn't mean it's virtual reality related. Just that they might be interested in different mediums or whatever.
Nah.
What else? What else would they be? What else could they be talking about then?
I don't
It's
know.
not-
Like, maybe that was their way of, like, avoiding the question. Like, maybe, like he said, you know, it's more VR to come, and they're like, oh, we look forward to more challenges. But I think with the fact that they say that they want to expand the VR market and stuff, that, like, it's like it reads well, you know?
Yeah, it sounds good if they're
It's hopeful,
They're
you know?
telling the
It
truth,
gives
yeah.
me some hope.
It's better than
does
Sony ever says. Sony doesn't say this much about VR.
It's
so-
interesting how they don't mention at all that like Sony pretty much funded it. Like, you know, like the way they talk in these interviews is like, oh, we were very enthusiastic about VR and that's why we did it.
Yeah.
Because we know from leaked documents that Sony paid like millions for 7 and
to get them to do it.
yeah. So I guess that's why they can't say one
Fair
way or the
enough.
other. They're waiting on a blank check. Ghost Shot says, should give people the Batmobile for fun. I don't know what that means. Oh, Gran Turismo
Gran
7. I was
Turismo.
like, what is he talking about? Importance is Yamakawa Bunga. Brannon is here. He says, sup, ball? How you doing, Brannon? And Mr. Jack Boss. Thinking about them penis-shaped fruits. Probably wants to put one in his mouth as we speak. But yeah, not, you know, much we can say about that other than, you know, I think it's worth highlighting. You know, it's definitely worth reading if you're interested in Resident Evil. Is you don't think it is? Probably not, because you're a Quest fanboy and these games don't come to Quest because they don't care about
When are you gonna start talking about the PC
single A games. Because when I get PC VR, you know, what's the big PC VR game you're looking forward to over there in PC VR?
It's not about looking forward. There's
No,
like
what, you got
news
nothing to
every
look forward
day.
to?
Contractors.
You already have
Nothing
that.
to
It's
look
already
forward
out.
to, though.
What are you looking forward to? What's the big AAA PC VR game coming out this year?
But it's all about it. We don't. I don't care.
Why
because
can't
we
you
got
answer
so
the
much
question?
shit.
Why can't
We
you
got
answer the
because
question?
that's your mentality. Because
Crazy.
you got nothing in the
Crazy.
PlayStation
That's
VR.
what
So you're
grows
like, oh, what's
America.
the next
Listen,
thing?
PC
What's
VR
the
is
next
dead.
thing? We got
PC
so
VR
much
is
shit
dead.
that I don't care
PC
what's
VR
coming
is dead,
next.
all right? It's in the same boat as
Yeah,
PSVR2.
you're fucking
You're relying
stupid.
on
Next
mods.
topic.
You got
Go to the
mods.
fax
That's
machine.
That's it. If it wasn't for mods.
So what do you mean
it'd be
that's
trouble.
it?
I'm happy with
We
that.
have
I'm
Asus.
saying I'm
Mods are
happy
great.
with that, but don't act like it's all sunshine and roses over
It's
there.
that
is what I'm
time
saying.
again.
Compared to the PlayStation VR
Questions
2,
and
it's
topics
fucking great over here.
submitted
No,
by
we're
our
good.
We have
Yeah,
Aces
I'm
of, we
So
have
let's
Aces
go
of Thunder's
to our
coming out
fax
really
machine
soon. Or
and see what we have.
Aces of Thunder?
Fax me harder,
No,
Daddy.
but we got a
I've
fuckload of
been
other games.
bad
Probably will
boy.
get
It's like we
Aces
don't
of
have any
Thunder.
flying games.
Probably will.
why can't you just like both, Jackpot? Why can't you just like both? Why do you have to?
I like both, but
You always.
Why do you have to trash
Why
the
Why you such a
PlayStation?
bitch? Why you
because
such
it's
a
trash.
bitch?
They made me spend $600 for
Nobody made you.
firewall, and
Nobody
they
made
killed
you.
it. They didn't. They didn't.
Play
Yeah,
it
they
right
lied to
now.
me.
Play it right now.
It's trash. You shoot somebody with a shotgun in the face. Oh, it doesn't die because it got bullets punched. Fucking trash. Huh?
Anyway.
I agree with you there. I'll agree with you on Firewall.
Listen, both of you, we have 2 entries, and one is from Brave, and it's very detailed. I think he's probably taking our advice from last week, where he's giving us like, you know, we're like, you're too vague with these. Would you rather is important, but are not important. Brave, but we'll start with the one from important. He's the first one. So he says, if there were a new PvP shooter announced that looked awesome, but was intended to be used with controllers in a fixed gun stock to mimic the aim controller, in brackets beside it, he says no manual reloading, throwing motions, etc. Could it be successful, or would the hazers be too overwhelming? You could still play without the stock, of course. In brackets beside it.
Is this the fax
So-
machine?
That's the question from the fax machine from Importance.
You didn't get them.
You didn't do the.
I
you
did
didn't do
this.
the
I did
fax
while we
intro.
were fighting. I had it playing.
Oh,
I wasn't watching.
oh my god!
I think I was going to waste time making people listen to you fucking fight.
Shut up.
All right. So is it? Run that by me again. Is that saying like if we had like an aim controller type of device?
But the way he's like, he said if there was a game designed around the fact that you kind of need, well, you don't need it, but it's like heavily encouraging you to use a stock, like
Okay, like a stock.
a
weapon.
Vader
Okay.
one or whatever, Cobra, whatever.
Any of them. Any of them, as long as it's like a stock.
So basically,
So that
firewall.
means- yeah,
I
but-
think
That means no manual
Yes.
reloads, no throwing motions. Basically, all that viewer stuff kind of goes out the window. Could it be successful?
yes.
Yes,
Yes.
I think it would.
Firewall 0 hour. Give me firewall 0 hour, and it'll be
And-
successful.
Like somebody could design a really good like aim controller that works with the current headsets that has like mechanisms in the gun that you can do manual reload. Like if you're holding a gun, why can't you have like something on the bottom of the gun, like a sensor, like that when you like put your hand on it, then you see like the clip going into your gun or something. You know what I mean?
But
I
that's
think
that
there's ways.
that'll require like a whole new controller, like an AM2 or something.
Well, exactly. Like they'd have to like design something or something. Yeah.
But yeah,
It'll work, but it's hard.
I agree with you that like we could, like I would happily go back to like an aim situation with Firewall 0 hour style, grenade throwing and reloading, whatever. That's fine with me. I
Yeah,
think it could be
we're
successful as
not.
well.
Yeah, it's like in a perfect world, we would have like VR, like thin VR tracking gloves that we can put on our hand, and that does our hand movements. And then we have the gun peripheral that we can pick up to have like the gun showing in
Yeah,
your hands, and that way you can freely take your hand off the gun, throw a grenade, put it back on the gun, just like yeah would in real life, and
like
everything's tracked and perfect.
like the reason
But we're
sorry,
years away from that.
the reason Ultra got so much shit for not having manual reloads and manual grenade throws is the fact that it was just the two controllers, and it was like, oh, now you should be able to do these things. And of course, you could still do the stock, and a lot of people thought, the fact that they had these things like button press reloads and stuff indicated that they wanted you to play with a stock, maybe. But
Yeah.
but
Nope,
I still think most people
nope,
didn't.
nope,
What are you
nope.
saying nope for? What are you saying nope for?
No, they wanted to make some changes on the game, but not make the whole game again, because they had to make the whole game, or at least a lot more, if they wanted to do the manual reload and all this stuff. So they kind of ported some shit of the Firewall 0 hour, but then they added all this other bullshit, in my opinion, with the ADS and all the other stuff. So I don't think it's a decision like, oh, let's do it because we think that's how the game's gonna work. I think it was because they didn't want to, in my opinion, spend the money. Because it's the moment I told you this, Hess says, oh, the game should be fun. We're talking about manual reloading, and you were defending, oh no, but for
That's
some
his
people,
opinion. That's his opinion. That's other
Yeah,
people's
but
opinion too. People are saying, I
he
hate reloading
smirked, and he
Pavlov.
did.
People
I
have
would.
said that. I say there should be an option.
Most people. The way he said it, that it was like, because he clearly, he's not gonna say, of course it's gonna be fun, because then he's like, oh, but my game doesn't have it. Of course it's not gonna be stupid and say, oh yeah, manual reload is awesome. So he has to be like, oh, it needs to.
But they did come out and say that like this is the stuff they're working on. This is like coming in future updates. Like they listened. It's like, okay, we heard this is what you want. This is what we're
But
working
they
on.
only said that because we were all fucking on
But that doesn't
fire,
matter.
bitching up their
But it
asses.
doesn't matter. They still listened. What's the point in shitting on them if they were working on giving us the things that we wanted, but they didn't get the chance to in the end? Anyway,
Did
that's
they? Were
that's
they?
irrelevant.
Or were
But
they
the point,
just told us so we can shut up?
the point of the question is can a game like this like be successful when it doesn't have manual
Yes.
reloads?
I personally would sacrifice being able to manually throw a grenade if I could have like a gun stock, like the aim controller again. Yeah,
Yeah.
just because it's better immersion, feeling like you're holding the gun rather than just floating hands. Even though I did get used to the floating hands, and that's why I didn't ever buy one of those third-party gun stocks yet.
Me too.
So
Well,
I don't know. Maybe we're past that, but I think I would need like the next evolution of VR where you do have the hand tracking gloves to like do that kind of thing, which that's well into the future, where we have like that way. Like when you're doing like a racing game like Gran Turismo, you have the gloves on and your own hands are on the wheel in VR, where you're moving your hands freely and you can see where your hands are instead of having the static guy holding the wheel as you're driving. And then that way you can do hand gestures out the windows to people as you're driving by them. That's where I want VR to get, where you can have the freedom of your hand movements along with the peripherals, and it just melds together. So you're playing a perfect mix of hardware and the gloves. It all would work great.
Ghost Shot says, if you have never played PSVR, you have thousands of new games to play, a lot and need it all. Well, it's definitely like I've got a list of games that I top priority, like Half-Life Alyx, Blade and Sorcery, Phasmophobia, if it doesn't come onto PSVR2 before I get PC. Probably a few other ones as well I can't think of at the top of my head, but in terms of like there's no more Half-Life. Like Half-Life Alyx 2 isn't coming to PSVR2 unless there's another Valve headset coming out or whatever, which is apparently the Deckard or something, the codename Deckard or some shit. I can't remember what they're doing over there, but like PSVR is like in a stage where it's relying on mods now, which is cool because people are able to mod AAA titles.
And there's some crazy good mods as well, which is
You literally have no idea. You're being so negative about
I'm
the
not being
PC and
negative.
only this and that.
But
You have
listen,
no
it's
idea how
that-
many
it's like-
games, how many shit you're gonna be able to do now. Are you gonna be like, "Fuck, I'm not gonna touch my PlayStation
But all I have to
VR2
do, all I
on
have
the
to do is look
PS5"?
at you. All I have to do is look at your channel and you're streaming contractors and a pool,
I don't stream. I don't
a
barely
pool game,
stream
and
what I
that's
play
it. You don't play anything else. You don't play anything
because
else.
I don't
You
want
set it
to.
yourself.
I have
Why?
fucking.
But there's so many good games. You're saying.
Because
I
I
think
only
that
have a certain amount of time, and this game is
Nice.
so good for
Nice.
me and for what my type of gameplay that I like, that I'll prefer to play the shit out of this game instead of playing some fucking climbing simulator and fucking whatever that
Listen,
game
all I'm
is on
saying
the
is
PS5.
the best of PC VR in terms of like native stuff is like stuff that came out in 2018, 2019, 2020. Like it's
Right.
we're not at the stage where we're getting any more cool PC VR stuff. Native.
But when I see people online playing that modded Cyberpunk, in VR, and it looks as good as it does, that's something that I want to try out. See if this PC of Amanda's here can handle playing Cyberpunk in VR.
That'd be
Got to
sick.
try that out.
That would indeed be sick. LSB says I couldn't think of a good question this week. Don't worry about it, LSB.
Oh my God.
Feel free to just not just put some stupid shit in there too if you want. It doesn't have to be a good question. Killer Sam says PSVR2 will always have better versions. We have tier 1 direct action. Shit, I keep forgetting to make a topic about that. Zero Caliber 2 and Contractors coming out soon. Zero Caliber 2, I thought that was a Quest exclusive. Am I mixing that up with a different game? I thought that was not coming. I could be wrong. Ray Schwartz says, has Decepticon announced a new record? I think he's like constantly working on like music videos and stuff. Jackpot might know better than me. Has he got an album coming out or anything? No?
He's working on making music videos for his album songs, and he's doing some crazy shit with the AI.
All right. Ghost Shot says, I like
Damn.
menu. What's wrong?
Dust storm warning.
Damn. Have you ever seen one of those before?
Yeah, but they're not that bad in here.
It's like you see like a big wall of fucking dust coming towards you slowly.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
And then you fucking the mummy. You see the mummy?
I've seen the mummy. I've seen the mummy.
They shape
Turns
his
into a
face.
big face. Yeah, he eats you. You die.
Good shit.
Brandon
Good shit.
Fraser's there,
Brendan Fraser.
but he's overweight like the whale. Have you seen the whale?
No, not yet. Is it good?
It's good. Yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah. Well, you might not like it. It all takes place like in one room in his house because
Oh,
he can't
my
move anywhere.
Oh my god.
Anyway, Ghost Shot says I like manual reloading, especially like being faster than the other guy. Lol, use a stock all the time for that. Straight shots, not that hard once you're used to it. Yeah, developers then have to think about, we don't want them to get used to it. We want less barriers, the better. People can just jump in straight away. Yada yada yada. More room, peeping with his eyes because he knows his question's coming up next. LSB says the tracking on the aim controller was terrible in 0 hour. Yeah, it was poor.
That was trash.
Overall, but if we had like an AM2, damn, imagine the Firewall Ultra launching with an AM2.
I really
All the
change
things that
everything.
could have been, all the things that could have been, many of them.
Constantly floating. Remember that shit, Jack Boss? Says LSB.
Trash.
The
Yeah.
drift. Yep.
You just give it a shake.
Yo.
Give it a shake, bang it on the table, it was fine. Ghost Shot says no manual reloads would lose a lot of shooters, but might gain some that don't play shooters because they find too hard. Need everything in viewer for all it is. Yeah, it's a good point. There's not like a one size fits all. Chaos says, can't we just mod the power glove from Nintendo? What about a steering wheel that detects when your hand is on it and not? That could work too. Like to detect where the hand inside
Where
the
your
game
hand's
should
gripping.
be.
Yeah. That would be pretty expensive. Wheel.
Probably,
Yeah, that would.
Basically, like the DualSense can already do that with your fingers and shit. Like it knows when your fingers on, like resting on something.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Capacitive touch. Important says you're gonna love PC. There's so many rhythm horror games. Silent Hill, Rhythm Heaven. SDS says we're still waiting for Zero Caliber for PSVR 1. Yeah, they did say that shit was coming, and then they never fucking. So you get ready now for that. You're gonna see a lot of that for PSVR 2 as well. I think a lot of games that have been announced even before launch are probably just gonna be like quietly cancelled, put on ice. Roy Schwartz's grilling pork chops and corn on the cob.
Oh yeah,
I'm
Roy.
hungry.
Pork chops with Roy Schwartz. STS says, "Do you like the part when he was masturbating in the living room?"
Oh yeah, that's why you want me to watch
yeah,
it, huh?
fucking the whale. Yeah, I was like, "What the fuck is this guy talking about?"
Yeah, I don't want to watch Brandon Fraser masturbating. I don't.
Dude,
The topic that you were talking about jackpot bag at first.
No, that tape is not out.
I
Thanks, DS, for
need to take the
the
post-it
heads
notes
up.
off
I don't want to watch it anymore.
of Jackpot's screen. Ghost Chat says Unreal Engine VR mod is the newest craze in PC VR. Pick a game in flat, you can probably play it in VR as well, as long as it's Unreal Engine, of course. But
Play
yeah,
the
I'm really
Harry
looking forward to
Potter
this.
game.
Harry Potter, yeah.
Ain't
probably
Harry Potter?
have, but I'm really looking forward to Metal Gear Solid 3. And I think Silent Hill 2 remake is Unreal Engine as well, but I could be wrong.
I want to try a Portal 2 as well. Portal 2 looks amazing in VR.
I heard Portal 2 is really good in VR. And
Yeah.
it's fucking cheap, sometimes like $3 or some stuff like that.
And like Half-Life 2 as well. Like, then they have like a big mod that
Yep.
really ground up experience.
there's
like, it
so
wasn't
many now.
just-
Yeah, there's a lot of shit that yeah.
Modders are doing way more for VR than actual game developers are at this point, I think. In terms of
100%.
How many
PC
things
anyway.
on PC for sure. Yeah.
Well, they encourage you, like on Steam, a lot of the games, you go to the different sections on the game once you buy it, and there's a community page or whatever it's called, and it's all the fucking mods, the workshop or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And it's all the mods, and it's so accessible, so easy. All you have to do is click the button, it says subscribe or whatever, and then you have it on the fucking game. There's no download this folder, put it in here, put it in there.
Oh,
it's
man, I can't
they,
wait
they
for
make
that.
it easy for
I'm
people.
going to remember this, I'm going to clip it, and then when I run into all the issues, I'm going to show it to you, and I'm going to call you up like,
Well, if you're an idiot and you have all
do you-
kinds of issues, but on Steam to put the mods is easy, and even for the VR mod, the one that you can use for any game, it's easy as shit. Especially now because people have download or upload profiles for each game. So if you want to do third person, first person, you got the ones that they got best reviews, and you're getting it easier now.
Just relax, all right? Important bit of funny
Shut
joke.
up.
He says
Next topic.
A dust storm is
You-
what's going to happen next time Jackpot starts up his PS5's cooling fan.
Yeah, it's gonna catch on fire.
There you go. Okay, are we ready for this? It's a long
All right.
one. Well, not crazy long, but it's like longer than any we've ever had from Brave before. Okay. Would you rather be one of the 33 men in 2010 to be trapped in a Chilean gold mine for 69 days? You are guaranteed to survive, but you do not know this. Limited emergency rations for the first 3 weeks until they can drill a hole down to the group to give you food and water. You will lose 20 pounds or 9 kg by the end of it. The area is hot and humid but somewhat spacious. There is some light but not much. Your fellow miners are pretty sound of mind considering the circumstances. Or would you rather be aboard the USS Indianapolis on July 29th, 1945? USS Indianapolis takes 2 torpedoes at 12:15 a.m., one setting off a store of gunpowder in the ship's midsection. In just minutes, the ship is already almost submerged. 900 of the 1,200 crew manage to make it overboard before it sinks. You manage to escape as well with just a minor cut on your leg. You must float in the middle of the ocean, clinging on to some nearby floating wreckage barely big enough for you and a few more survivors to hold on to. Your survival is not guaranteed. For 4 days, the survivors bob in the ocean as sharks attack. Of the 900 men who made it overboard, only 316 were rescued. No food or clean water. Some survivors began drinking seawater and hallucinating. Some tried to drag others down, and others would start swimming out to sea. So those are your two
Well,
options.
I was gonna pass on the first one because losing 20 pounds, I don't think I could survive through that.
Oh yeah,
But
One you survive and one you might not.
I desperately
go-
need the first one.
I'll go to the first one because I'm not a good swimmer either, so I don't think I'd be making it out of that scenario.
If you have a cut in your leg and there's sharks in the water, no, thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. As soon as they mention sharks, it's like nope.
This is easy.
Well, it's like let's say that you might survive, but do you rather be stuck in a mine, well, with a lot of which is good, moisture is good, but not in that way, and then full of shit everywhere, smells like piss and ass, and
does.
you're starving, and people are probably going fucking crazy and thinking they're gonna die?
Do you think there'd be
Or
sexual assaults in the mine?
fuck yeah, fuck yeah,
For
they probably
how
fuck
long?
each other for
How
a
long are
while.
you stuck down there? What was the time?
69 days, or some shit like that.
3 weeks for the mine.
Oh, that's
No,
not
sorry,
bad.
sorry.
3
Hold on,
weeks.
slow down. Hold on a sec. Sorry.
You're an idiot.
69 days. I'm sorry. But
Told
for
you.
the
69 days.
for the first 3 weeks, you don't have any food
You
and water.
Any more food and water for
Can you
for 3
survive without food and water?
Hold on a sec. Let me read it again.
All right, well, of course you can, because otherwise you say it's not guaranteed survival.
Okay,
so let's say that you can.
limited rations for the first 3 weeks.
Yeah, I'll do that, because can you imagine
Yeah.
being fucking in a fucking water, and people are fucking going crazy from hallucinating from fucking dehydration, and then just fucking sharks start chopping fucking bodies down as you just see people getting chopped down, and you don't know when you're gonna be next. Nah, fuck that.
And the
I'll take
panicking people
I'll
and
take
the panicking people
sexual
not
assault
wanting to
and the-
drown. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But
Nah,
what
fuck that.
if you're doing the assault, then you got nothing to fear.
Right, well, you would do the assault, or you try to do
Listen,
the assault.
you got to be the
The
perpetrator.
alpha. You gotta sit down. The dominant. Somebody was like, it's
American
That's our
turn.
survival of the fittest.
Day one.
Yeah.
You have to find the biggest rock down there. To like
Shit. Smash someone over the head. Oh my god. Keep in
Where are the
mind,
fucking rations?
keep in mind, it's important that you don't know you're going to survive when you're in the mine. Like you might.
right, but I wouldn't know if I'm gonna survive on the boat either. So
Yeah,
I
that's true.
prefer to
at
starve
least
to
there's no
death
sharks.
than getting eaten.
yeah.
But maybe you would you have more expectations to being rescued easier when it comes to the boats because you're not trapped in an underground place. So like you're in the open ocean and a massive boat went down. It's like surely
Yeah.
they'd be able to track you down quicker. You would
Nah,
think.
but with the sharks there, I think that shit was for a long time. They were in the water for a long time. I think,
How long did you say?
and for a couple days. I think, because this is a story, a real
For 4
story, or at
days.
least parts of it.
For 4 days, the
4
survivors
days.
bob in the ocean and
Yeah,
sharks attack.
yeah, that's a real story. It was one of the
Okay.
most fucked up stories. They got fucking ship got fucking torpedoed, and fucking a lot of people died, and they got eaten by sharks. And
So I suppose the benefit of the bows is that it's only 4 days compared,
only for 4
compared to the
days, if
mine
you
where
can-
you're there for 69 days.
yeah,
And
but
obviously
that must be
69 is a very
traumatizing,
ominous
dude.
number as well.
Maybe it's meant to be. Nah, I'll do the mine. That's probably fucking traumatizing to see people just lose it and start getting eaten and not know when you're gonna get. Nah, fuck that. I'll do the mine. I'll just be chilling, passing out. Try to avoid the
Yeah.
sexual assaults.
He does say your fellow miners are pretty sound of mind considering the circumstances, which would imply that maybe they're not raping you.
Well, yeah. I would just keep to
that'll be
myself
nice.
and take as little of the rations as possibly good to stay on everybody's good side, so I don't like make anyone mad. And yeah, just try to
You could play like
deal with it. And
play I Spy with My Little Lions, like a rock. You know, it starts with ore. A stalactite, you know, just mix it up.
dirt or rocks or
Black, maybe it's pitch black down there. I don't know. They probably don't have light until they got drilled into.
Very little.
Drilled
Very
in more
detailed
ways than
question.
one. Rover replied to that with a gift saying it's a little dark, buddy. But thank you very much for that.
They're both true stories.
And
Yes.
important.
Well,
Both
I'll
true
do the
stories.
mine.
There you go. Yeah, the mine. I think I'm gonna go for the mine. Just because I'm scared
Alright.
of. I'm terrified of like being in the open water where there could be
Yep,
sharks
fuck
and
that.
fucking colossal
yeah,
squids.
I'm not a fan of the water, especially when he said there's crazy people around you trying to like grab on for
Yeah,
survival that are like gonna like pull you underwater. It's like no thanks.
No, thank
No
you. Right.
thanks.
Plus, what's the
I would
temperatures
not
like? Would
survive.
you freeze in those waters? Like, maybe it's the Pacific. It wouldn't be as bad, but probably not nice at nighttime. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
all kinds of creatures lurking in the oceans. Anyway, that's it. Another
Alright.
another episode. Oh no,
did it.
sunscreen. Yeah, you probably got all kinds of skin cancer.
Far Cry 3, that's my
There
prediction.
you go. Far Cry 3. Hold on, so you stole my prediction, you bitch.
No, I said it first.
You're sticking with I'll take your Bioshock then. That's what I'm gonna go with. If I get
Okay,
it right.
I'll say The Darkness. You guys remember that game?
Oh shit,
that
yeah.
game
Oh
is-
damn, that would be That could be good. That could work well.
That'd be a good game.
First
You have those two.
person,
You
yeah,
have those two
control the
like demon
tentacle
things on your
things,
shoulder. Yeah. Because you
Look
could
at
actually
this.
like turn and look at them and like maybe have a conversation or something.
Hold on a second.
Damn
Got a
it.
crisp $2, Canadian dollars, from
Is there a-
Rambo
is there a-
B. Thank you, Rambo B.
Good.
For the succulent $2.
Damn, he has a cat too. Look at him. Look at his cat.
It's a little cat. Is it a fox? Maybe it's a fox. I think it's a fox.
That's a cat.
It's a fox.
It's a drawn cat.
We got
He knows how to draw.
Why you got to
pretty good.
disagree with me about everything? It's a
It could be a
You're
dog.
liar.
Yeah, it
You're a
could be a
liar.
dog.
Is it a dog?
Be like-
Ask him right now, bitch.
It's a cat. It's a dog,
cat.
or is it a fox?
It's a cat.
And I would say a
cat.
fox is a type of dog.
It's Mr.
practically as
Bigot,
well,
Mr.
yeah.
Bigot.
No, it's
Mr. Bigot. Why is it not
Bigot.
popping up on the thing?
What do you mean?
Like the alert hasn't popped up.
It's a
Important says
fox.
it's
He
fox.
just-
It's not a fox.
It's a
Don't lie
fox.
to us,
It's a
Chase.
fox. Like I said, you can tell obviously.
Don't.
You can tell.
He's
obviously
not.
it's a
He's
fox.
not. Look, Rambo is Rambo. Is Rambo? Not Rambo. Rambo.
Oh, sorry, I did say Rambo. Because the B at the end was
Damn.
tricking me.
Take his money
Rambo
back. Give him
B,
his
I'm
money
sorry,
back.
No
Give him his
refunds,
money
no
back. Give him his
refunds.
Canadians.
That
Canadian dollar dues.
That hot Canadians. The Pomeranians is important. No, you've already said fox. You can't change your mind.
It's a
Rambo
corgi.
says it's a cat, guys.
I told you. I told you.
Oh no! What a horrible way to end it, right?
I win. I win.
All right.
Clap for
All right,
me
you
like a
win.
mini
Rambo,
golf.
thank you very much. Love the show. Thank you very much for that as well. I like the feedback. Is cool to hear. Now and again.
Thank you.
Muzz, Mr. Jackpot, thank you very much for joining me. As always.
Later,
Welcome to the
bye-bye.
chat.
Get a quest.
Don't listen
Pete, if you're watching this, we're watching tomorrow. Planet Earth. Pete, get ready. Need a fact checker.
Planet Earth. I'm out of here.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. I was like, Donnie says I made it to Aunt Betty's Cafe just in time. I don't know what that means, but enjoy your Aunt Betty's Cafe, Donnie.
Damn, I'm British.